Imagine if everything around you, your thoughts, your emotions, and even your body, was vibrating at a frequency that could change your reality. In this audiobook, uncover the science behind resonance and how you can harness its power to transform your life. Are you ready to tune in? Introduction. Welcome to a journey that will change the way you see the world, the universe, and yourself. Resonance and reality. Unlocking the hidden language of vibration. Isn't just a book, it's an invitation to tap into a secret force that governs everything around you. A power that influences your thoughts, your health, your relationships, and even the very fabric of reality. Whether you're aware of it or not, resonance is the invisible pulse that connects us all. It's the rhythm that defines every breath you take, every beat of your heart, and every interaction you have with the world. But what if I told you that by understanding and harnessing this force, you could completely transform your life? This book is your gateway to discovering the most powerful and universal language of all, the language of vibration. So, what exactly is resonance, and what do we mean by vibration? At the most basic level, vibration is the movement of energy. Everything in the universe vibrates at its own frequency. From the tiniest particles to the farthest reaches of the cosmos, everything has a unique vibrational signature. Resonance occurs when two frequencies come into harmony, amplifying each other in a way that creates powerful effects. Whether you're talking about sound waves, emotional energy, or even quantum fields. If you've ever felt the powerful effect of music vibrating through your chest, or the calm of a meditation that seems to harmonize your body and mind, you've experienced resonance in action. It's the foundational force behind the universe's hidden order. I'll never forget the first time I experienced resonance in a way that shook me to my core. It was during a late-night meditation session when I suddenly felt my consciousness expand, as if I was syncing with the vibration of the earth itself. I wasn't just aware of my body in space. I felt connected to everything around me. The trees, the stars, the very atoms in the air were pulsating in unison, and I could sense a deep, underlying order. That moment was a doorway, one that led me to explore the profound implications of vibration in our lives. I knew in that instant that everything I had been taught about the world and reality was only a fraction of the truth. There was a deeper dimension that few had discovered, one that had the power to heal, to transform, and to awaken humanity to its greatest potential. That experience ignited a passion in me to explore this hidden language and share it with others. What I discovered through years of research, practice, and personal experience is that resonance is not just a scientific principle. It is a life-changing force. It's the key to understanding how everything is interconnected. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions create energetic ripples that extend far beyond our physical bodies. Everything we do, say, and feel carries a frequency that affects the people and environment around us. This interconnectedness is the very foundation of life. Understanding and aligning with resonance allows us to live in harmony with the world around us, elevating our personal energy and, in turn, the collective energy of the planet. And when we begin to consciously tune into these frequencies, we can experience greater peace, joy, healing, and purpose. This book is designed to take you deep into the world of vibration and resonance, and to show you how to use this knowledge to enhance every aspect of your life. You'll learn about the science of vibration, how resonance shapes our reality, and how different frequencies affect our bodies and minds. You'll discover ancient wisdom and modern science working in tandem, unveiling how sound, light, and energy are at the heart of the universe. You'll explore the power of sound healing, the relationship between thoughts and emotions, and even how your own intention can influence the world around you. Each chapter builds on the last, revealing new layers of understanding and practical applications that will allow you to begin living a more resonant life. But this isn't just about theory, it's about transformation. Through this book, you'll gain the tools to raise your vibrational frequency, heal emotional wounds, create deeper connections, and tap into the hidden powers of the universe. By the end of our journey, you will no longer see the world through the same lens. You will begin to perceive the frequencies that guide everything, and you'll understand how to consciously align with them to unlock your fullest potential. And more importantly, you'll realize that you have the power to create the reality you desire. So, why is this important? Why should you pay attention to the principles of vibration and resonance? The world around us is changing rapidly, and the collective consciousness is awakening to the fact that our world is vibrational at its core. The more we learn about this fundamental truth, the more empowered we become to shape our lives in a way that resonates with our highest good. This knowledge is not just for the spiritually inclined, it's for everyone, because resonance impacts every part of our existence, from our health to our success, from our relationships to our emotional well-being. This book is an invitation to step into a new way of seeing and being. Whether you're looking to heal, elevate your life, or simply understand the invisible forces that shape your world, you'll find the answers here. But you must take action. The resonance revolution is happening now, and it's waiting for you to be a part of it. So, are you ready to unlock the hidden language of vibration and awaken to a life of limitless potential? Let's begin this journey together. Your new reality starts now. Chapter 1. The Science of Vibration Foundations of Frequency. Understanding the Invisible Pulse. At the heart of all things lies an elegant, eternal rhythm, a silent pulse that gives shape and character to the universe. This pulse is vibration, the subtle oscillation of particles, waves, and fields that creates form, energy, and life itself. To begin understanding the hidden language of vibration, we must strip away the illusion of stillness that cloaks our physical world. Though a stone appears inert, though a mountain may seem motionless on the atomic level, each is a symphony of motion. The atoms within these objects, composed of electrons orbiting nuclei, vibrating within force fields, are in constant, tireless motion. Every molecule, every atom, every subatomic particle is governed by frequency, by the cadence of movement across time and space. Vibration, then, is not simply an attribute of the world. It is the very substrate from which reality emerges. Physicists define vibration as periodic motion, the recurring oscillation of an object or particle from one point to another. This motion can be mechanical, as in the trembling of a string or the movement of a pendulum, or it can be electromagnetic, as in the invisible waves that carry light, radio, and microwave energy. In either case, vibration carries with it a measurable attribute: frequency, the number of oscillations per unit of time. Frequency gives vibration its identity, just as pitch defines a musical note. It is this frequency that determines how energy behaves, how matter responds, and ultimately, how reality forms. Even the human body, its cells, organs, and thoughts, exists in a vibrational spectrum. Brainwaves are measured in hertz, the same unit that describes the frequency of a tuning fork or a radio wave. Heartbeats follow rhythmic patterns influenced by emotional states and external stimuli. Our very perception of color arises from the frequency of light waves, while our hearing depends on our ability to detect the vibrational pressure of air molecules. In essence, to be alive is to be vibrating, and to perceive is to be in resonance with the vibratory field that surrounds and composes us. Everything from the densest rock to the most ephemeral thought has frequency and, therefore, vibration. This understanding bridges ancient spiritual insights with modern physics, creating a unified vision in which the boundaries between matter and energy, between science and spirit, begin to dissolve. The essence of reality, it turns out, may not be found in static objects. but in the eternal rhythm of vibration that pulses behind the veil of the visible. Harmonics, standing waves, and the architecture of resonance. To delve deeper into the mechanics of vibration is to encounter the beautifully structured phenomena of harmonics, resonance, and standing waves. These are not merely academic concepts. They are the architects of nature's most intricate designs, from the spiral of a seashell to the harmony of a musical chord. Harmonics arise when an object vibrates not only at its fundamental frequency, but also at multiples of that frequency, overtones that enrich and define the sound or vibration. A single vibrating string, for example, produces a complex tapestry of sound comprised of its primary tone and a ladder of harmonic frequencies. This principle extends beyond music into the fabric of the cosmos. Every object, every body, every structure has its own harmonic spectrum, a unique fingerprint composed of the interplay between its mass, shape, and the medium in which it vibrates. These harmonics shape everything from the voice of a violin to the resonance of a cathedral, and even the quantum vibrational patterns within molecules. Resonance occurs when a system is exposed to a frequency that matches one of its natural frequencies of vibration. The result is an amplification of energy, a dramatic, sometimes explosive increase in amplitude. This is the principle behind the shattering of a wine glass by a trained opera singer, or the catastrophic collapse of a bridge in response to synchronized footsteps. Yet resonance is not always destructive. In fact, it is often the invisible force that allows complex systems to function efficiently. Our bodies resonate with the vibrations of music, with the voice of a loved one, with the rhythmic breath of meditation. When resonance occurs between two systems, they enter into a state of energetic synchronization, a kind of vibrational rapport that enhances communication, coherence, and vitality. This phenomenon, known as entrainment, can be observed in nature when fireflies flash in unison, or in the lab, when pendulum clocks align their swings. Standing waves, in turn, are formed when waves of the same frequency travel in opposite directions and interfere with each other. This interference creates points of apparent stillness, nodes, and areas of maximum oscillation, antinodes. The patterns formed by standing waves are fundamental to the creation of structure in both the physical and energetic realms. The strings of musical instruments vibrate in standing waves to produce sound. The electromagnetic fields around atoms form standing wave patterns that define orbitals and chemical bonds. Even the human brain, in its different states of consciousness, may operate through standing wave patterns in the cortex, allowing different frequencies to produce states of awareness, from deep sleep to heightened creativity. These principles are not limited to human-made instruments or theoretical models. They are embedded in the very structure of the universe. Harmonics govern the stability of planetary orbits, the behavior of atomic particles, and the organization of galaxies. Resonance is found in the delicate balance of ecosystems, in the call and response of predator and prey, in the feedback loops of weather systems. Standing waves appear in the cosmic microwave background, the echo of the Big Bang, and in the rippling structure of space-time described by gravitational waves. Through these principles, the invisible forces of vibration shape the visible world, imprinting order upon chaos and music upon silence, from Tesla to Chladni, pioneers of the vibrational frontier. The journey into the science of vibration would be incomplete without honoring the pioneers who first glimpsed the deeper meaning hidden within frequency. Among them stands Nikola Tesla, whose visions of energy, frequency, and vibration foreshadowed many of the breakthroughs now emerging in physics, medicine, and communication. Tesla famously stated, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." He devoted his life to harnessing unseen forces, from alternating current to wireless energy transmission. Tesla believed that the Earth itself had resonant frequencies, and he experimented with devices capable of tuning into those vibrations, including the infamous Tesla coil and his unfinished Wardenclyffe Tower. While many of his ideas were dismissed or buried in his time, modern science is beginning to validate his vision. The Earth does indeed resonate. Its fundamental frequency, known as the Schumann resonance, pulses at around 7.83 Hz, a frequency that aligns with human alpha brainwaves, suggesting a profound intrinsic connection between the planet and our own consciousness. Centuries before Tesla, German physicist Ernst Chladni uncovered the geometric nature of vibration through his groundbreaking work in acoustics. In the 18th century, Chladni sprinkled sand on metal plates and used a violin bow to vibrate them. The sand arranged itself into intricate patterns, now known as Chladni figures, demonstrating the physical manifestation of standing wave patterns. These mesmerizing shapes revealed that vibration organizes matter, creating visible expressions of invisible forces. Today, his work finds new life in the field of cymatics, where sound frequencies are used to shape sand, water, and other substances into elaborate geometric patterns. Chladni's experiments were a bridge between art and science, showing that vibration not only explains motion, but also unveils hidden symmetries within the material world. Other figures contributed to this expanding understanding. Galileo and Newton laid the groundwork by describing motion and oscillation in mathematical terms. Later, James Clerk Maxwell extended these principles into the realm of electromagnetism, showing that light itself is a form of vibrational energy. Max Planck and Albert Einstein brought us into the quantum realm, where particles exist as vibrational probabilities and energy states. In quantum mechanics, particles are no longer solid billiard balls, but fluctuating fields of potential, vibrating with different frequencies depending on their energy state. This realization, radical at first, has now become foundational. Everything we observe, from the warmth of sunlight to the glow of a firefly, arises from vibrational transitions within and between atoms. Today, researchers continue to build upon this legacy. In string theory, one of the most ambitious frameworks in modern physics, particles are imagined not as points, but as tiny vibrating strings, each with its own frequency. The theory proposes that all fundamental forces and forms of matter emerge from these vibrating entities, echoing ancient mystical concepts of the music of the spheres. Meanwhile, fields such as quantum acoustics and sonogenetics are exploring how sound waves can manipulate matter and influence biology. We are witnessing the re-emergence of vibration as a central concept, not only in physics, but in neuroscience, biomedicine, and technology. The work of Tesla, Chladni, and others is no longer isolated or esoteric. It is foundational, prophetic, and deeply relevant to the world we now inhabit. Nature's Symphony. Resonance in the living and the cosmic vibration does not remain confined to the laboratory or the page of a textbook. It pulses through the fabric of nature in ways both subtle and profound. In the natural world, resonance orchestrates behaviors, growth patterns, and relationships across species and ecosystems. Birds communicate across forests using frequency-modulated calls that travel with minimal energy loss, synchronized with the acoustic properties of their environment. Bees dance in spirals and hum at specific pitches to convey distance and direction to nectar sources. In forests, trees emit ultrasonic vibrations and even respond to the frequencies of nearby plants, indicating a form of communication mediated by resonance. On a grander scale, the orbits of planets align in harmonic ratios, a phenomenon Johannes Kepler described as the music of the spheres, suggesting that even celestial bodies obey the principles of resonance and vibration. At the cellular level, the science of bioresonance is revealing that each organ, each protein, each strand of DNA vibrates at unique frequencies. When cells become diseased, their vibrational frequency may shift, a concept now being explored for diagnostic and therapeutic purposes. Researchers are developing tools to detect and correct vibrational anomalies using low-frequency sound, light, and electromagnetic fields. The implications are vast. Healing may one day be achieved not only through chemical intervention, but through tuning the body's frequencies back to harmony. Nature, it seems, is a vast orchestra, each part resonating with every other, forming an evolving symphony of life. And within this cosmic resonance, we too are instruments, capable of tuning in, resonating with, and ultimately shaping the reality around us. Chapter 2. The Music of Matter Cymatics, Seeing the Sound That Shapes the World. In the symphony of existence, sound is far more than sensation. It is structure, it is sculptor, it is sacred geometry in motion. One of the most visually compelling ways to witness the invisible shaping power of sound is through the study of cymatics, a field that reveals the astonishing ability of vibration to organize matter into intricate, ordered forms. Cymatics shows us that sound is not merely something we hear, but something that has the power to mold the physical world with astonishing precision. The term comes from the Greek word kyma, meaning wave, and was first formalized by Swiss scientist Hans Jenny in the mid-20th century. Jenny built upon the earlier experiments of Ernst Chladni, but expanded them by using modern technology to vibrate various substances, sand, powders, pastes, and especially water, on metal plates and membranes. What emerged were breathtaking patterns, mandalas, spirals, hexagons, and nested circles, all formed spontaneously from the application of specific sound frequencies. Each frequency produced a unique and repeatable pattern, as if each tone carried within it a blueprint for form. Low frequencies created simple shapes, circles, ellipses, basic geometric forms. As the frequency increased, the patterns grew more complex, eventually forming highly intricate, symmetrical structures resembling snowflakes, cellular structures, and ancient sacred symbols. The higher the frequency, the more detailed the structure, an elegant metaphor for consciousness itself. Cymatics offers profound implications. It tells us that sound doesn't just travel through matter, it shapes it, and not only in the lab. On a cellular level, we know that the fluids in the human body are affected by sound. The vibrations of speech, music, or even thought waves can influence how cellular fluids behave, how they flow, how they organize, and potentially how they function. These findings suggest a vibrational architecture that underlies all of biology, and that sound might be a language that matter inherently understands. From the swirling spirals seen in cymatics to the fields of standing waves that organize embryonic development, the world is permeated with examples of vibration shaping matter. The branching of trees, the architecture of snowflakes, and even the spirals of galaxies echo this unseen choreography. Nature doesn't just move, it dances to frequencies, and cymatics is the first visual proof that the universe listens to its own music, each vibration conducting an invisible orchestra of particles and forms. This knowledge is not new, only rediscovered. Ancient cultures knew this, perhaps intuitively, when they carved yantras and mandalas, when they chanted sacred syllables in temples designed with perfect acoustics. Cymatics is where mysticism meets mechanics, where spirit meets structure, and it invites us to ask, what song are we made of? Molecular melodies and cellular symphonies. Zooming inward, beyond what the eye can see, and deep into the microcosm of biology, vibration continues its formative role, shaping not only external structures, but also the very architecture of life. On the molecular level, the dance of vibration is constant and essential. Every atom in a molecule vibrates, and the way those atoms vibrate determines the molecule's properties, function, and interactions. These vibrational modes are not random. They are precise, measurable, and vital to life. In fact, the biochemical processes that sustain us, from the binding of enzymes to the folding of proteins, depend on the resonance between vibrational frequencies. Molecules don't simply collide, they resonate. And when the frequency is right, like a singer breaking a glass with a pitch-perfect note, the interaction becomes amplified and transformative. This is vibrational resonance at work within the temple of our cells. Within the nucleus of each cell lies DNA, a double helix antenna that both receives and emits vibrational information. DNA is not static. It vibrates, twists, coils, and stretches in ways that influence gene expression. Researchers have found that the DNA molecule exhibits phonon-like behavior, meaning it can conduct sound and mechanical vibrations in quantized modes. Even more fascinating is the discovery that light and sound can influence genetic expression through resonance, a field known as epigenetics, where environmental frequencies, including sound, can turn genes on or off without altering the DNA sequence. This positions vibration not only as a carrier of energy, but as a potential tuner of biological function. If cells communicate through light and sound, as biophotonic and bioacoustic research suggests, then organs and tissues are not mere assemblages of matter, but intelligent networks of frequency. Every heartbeat, every breath, every neural impulse can be seen as part of a larger orchestration of rhythms and vibrations. Furthermore, the human brain, often likened to a supercomputer, operates on vibrational frequencies known as brainwaves: alpha, beta, theta, delta, and gamma. These frequencies correlate with states of consciousness, from deep sleep to focused concentration, and can be influenced by external vibrations such as sound frequencies, binaural beats, and electromagnetic fields. Research in neuroacoustics and frequency medicine is demonstrating that specific sound frequencies can stimulate neuroplasticity, balance hormonal rhythms, and even assist in recovery from trauma. The human body is thus not only a biochemical entity, but a bioresonant system capable of entraining with its environment and altering its state through vibrational input. As we begin to view health and disease not solely through the lens of chemistry, but through resonance, we approach a more holistic understanding of life, one where harmony or dissonance at the vibrational level precedes and influences physical manifestation. Matter sings and life listens. The key is learning to tune the instrument. Ancient echoes and modern applications. Long before science could measure frequency, ancient civilizations understood, through direct experience and intuitive wisdom, that sound held transformative power. From the Himalayan bowls of Tibet to the flutes of the Andes, from Aboriginal didgeridoos to Egyptian sistrums, sound was medicine, ritual, and communion. These instruments were not chosen at random. They were designed to produce frequencies that resonate with specific aspects of the body, spirit, or environment. For instance, Tibetan singing bowls produce complex harmonics that entrain the brain into meditative states. The Australian didgeridoo, with its deep drones, creates vibrational massage effects that have been shown to improve respiratory health and mental focus. The ancient Egyptians used harmonic chants in their healing temples, built with limestone walls designed to amplify sound waves. These cultures may not have spoken in terms of hertz or waveforms, but they knew experientially that sound could alter consciousness, heal wounds, and align the spirit. Fast forward to the present, and this ancient wisdom is being reinterpreted through modern technologies. Ultrasound, once used only for imaging, is now a tool in sonodynamic therapy, where high-frequency sound waves are used to activate drugs in cancer treatment. Low-intensity focused ultrasound is being tested as a non-invasive method for stimulating deep brain structures, offering a potential breakthrough in treating depression, Parkinson's disease, and even dementia. In the realm of sonochemistry, researchers are discovering how sound waves can accelerate chemical reactions, clean water, or create new materials. These are not just curiosities, They are the emerging face of science powered by vibration. Meanwhile, acoustic levitation, once confined to science fiction, has now been demonstrated in laboratories, allowing scientists to suspend and move objects using sound waves alone. These feats aren't magic, but physics in action, a deeper understanding of how vibration interacts with matter. At the frontier of healing, practitioners of vibrational medicine are using tuning forks, crystal bowls, and even voice frequencies to retune the human energy field. While some of these modalities remain controversial in the biomedical community, a growing body of evidence suggests that frequency-specific microcurrents, sound therapy, and even music can reduce inflammation, accelerate tissue repair, and improve emotional well-being. The boundary between music and medicine is dissolving. We are beginning to understand that the body is not just a machine, but an orchestra. Each organ, each cell, a note within a complex score. And just as a single dissonant note can throw off an entire symphony, so too can vibrational imbalance cause illness. Healing, then, becomes the act of retuning the body, bringing its scattered tones back into harmony. As technology advances, and as ancient sound practices return to the mainstream, we are reclaiming a forgotten truth, that all matter is music, and healing is simply the restoration of our original, resonant song. Chapter 3: The Hidden Language of Nature. Ecosystems of Resonance, Nature's Subtle Conversations. Beneath the surface of rustling leaves and running streams, a more ancient language flows, one that is not spoken in syllables or recorded in books, but rather conducted in waves, pulses, and oscillations. Nature communicates through vibration, and every element in an ecosystem is both a speaker and a listener in this vast symphony. Trees resonate through the vibration of air and the subtle hum of the earth. Birds contribute their frequencies to the aerial fabric. Even fungi, deep in the soil, pulse with bioelectric signals that echo through the mycelial networks. The more closely scientists observe, the more they uncover that forests are not merely collections of isolated organisms, but intricately interconnected systems that resonate in synchrony. From the heartbeats of animals to the rhythmic sway of kelp in ocean currents, everything is in dialogue through frequency, a nonverbal communion that underpins life's coordination. Recent studies into plant neurobiology have revealed the startling sensitivity of flora to sound. Experiments have shown that roots will grow toward certain frequencies, such as those mimicking flowing water, and that leaves can respond to the vibrations of caterpillar chewing by increasing chemical defenses, even before they are physically harmed. This suggests not merely reactivity, but anticipatory resonance, a kind of non-cognitive intelligence encoded in vibrational awareness. The wind, too, acts as a tuning fork for ecosystems. As it flows through canyons, across plains, or through thick jungle, it carries sonic fingerprints, low-frequency infrasound vibrations that many species can detect, often below the threshold of human hearing. Elephants, for instance, communicate across miles using these subterranean rumbles. Whales do so through the deep echo chambers of the ocean. These patterns of infrasound become environmental signals, maps, alarms, invitations that shape the behavior and migration of entire populations. Such resonance-based communication is not random, but fundamental, woven into the laws of life itself. Even weather systems and planetary rhythms pulse in harmonic resonance with the life forms they cradle. The migration patterns of birds and fish correspond not only to solar and lunar cycles, but also to geomagnetic and electromagnetic fluctuations in the Earth's fields which themselves hum at specific vibratory frequencies. The Earth's magnetic field, pulsing in waves and eddies, creates an ever-present vibrational backdrop. These harmonics, far from inert, provide cues for biological synchronization, as if life evolved with an ear pressed always to the ground, attuned to nature's base tempo. From circadian rhythms in humans to the flowering cycles of desert plants, everything is cued by waves, visible or invisible, mechanical or electromagnetic, all guiding the choreography of life. We begin to see then that nature speaks in waves and harmonics, and it is not that we cannot hear. It is that we have forgotten how to listen. Fibonacci, fractals, and the frequencies of form. Step closer to the visible shapes of nature, and one finds patterns repeating with uncanny regularity. Spirals in nautilus shells, the arrangement of sunflower seeds, the branching of trees, and the whirl of galaxies. These forms echo a mathematical rhythm known as the Fibonacci sequence, a progression that, when expressed geometrically, unfolds as the golden spiral, a shape intimately tied to natural growth patterns and aesthetic harmony. What is remarkable is that this geometry does not merely appeal to the eye. It emerges from vibrational dynamics. As frequencies rise and fall, they generate standing waves that interfere and converge into spiraling, self-replicating forms. In water, sand, and air, vibration naturally produces symmetry, repetition, and complexity, and Fibonacci geometry arises from this interplay, like a signature of the universe's creative process. Take, for instance, the way trees branch. Botanists have long marveled at how leaves and limbs organize themselves in ways that optimize sunlight exposure and nutrient flow. This isn't merely efficiency by accident. It's a result of resonance and feedback between the organism and its environment. The angle of divergence between leaves, typically 137.5 degrees, is the golden angle, a derivative of the golden ratio. This specific angle prevents overlapping and ensures maximal exposure to sunlight, a perfect example of form arising through vibrational intelligence. It's as if the tree is listening to the light, feeling its frequency, and growing in response. Fractals, too, those infinitely self-similar patterns found in lightning, coastlines, lungs, and river systems, are a language of vibration made visible. They represent recursive feedback loops, harmonic replication of form that reflects a deeper order hiding beneath surface chaos. Even the structure of snowflakes, with their six-fold symmetry and infinite variety, is a form of frozen frequency. They condense from vapor into crystal under the influence of temperature, humidity, and pressure, all variables that influence vibrational energy. The resulting patterns are unique, yet follow strict vibrational principles, as if each snowflake is a sonogram etched into water. The implication here is staggering. Vibration doesn't just move through form, it generates it. The DNA helix, the rings of Saturn, the double spiral of hurricanes, all obey the laws of wave dynamics. When we look through this lens, we begin to decode the hidden geometry of life as an emergent language of frequency. No longer is form separate from function. Rather, form is frequency made visible. The body of nature is a living manuscript written in waves, and we are only beginning to read its deeper meanings. The Earth's heartbeat and vibrational imbalance. Beneath our feet, the Earth itself pulses with a subtle rhythmic beat, known as the Schumann resonance, a set of electromagnetic standing waves that exist in the space between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. Discovered by physicist Winfried Otto Schumann in 1952, this resonance is most commonly measured at 7.83 Hz, a frequency that interestingly corresponds to the alpha brainwave state in humans, a state of calm, alert relaxation. It's as if the Earth's natural frequency is tuned to harmonize with our most balanced state of consciousness. This is not poetic metaphor, but emerging science, pointing toward a deeper symbiosis between planetary rhythms and biological well-being. When astronauts leave Earth's electromagnetic field, they suffer physiological distress unless artificial Schumann-like frequencies are introduced. When we are immersed in nature, we often feel a reset, a quiet centering, perhaps not because of the absence of modern stimuli, but because we are returning to resonance with the Earth's own vibrational song. Yet this planetary harmony is increasingly under threat. Human activity, particularly the proliferation of electromagnetic radiation from cell towers, Wi-Fi, and satellite constellations, creates artificial frequencies that can drown out or disrupt the Earth's natural resonant fields. Studies have begun to investigate correlations between electromagnetic pollution and disruptions in circadian rhythms, migratory confusion in birds and insects, and even rising anxiety in human populations. Our nervous systems are exquisitely sensitive to vibrational input, and constant exposure to chaotic, non-coherent frequencies can lead to a state of internal disharmony. Just as a musical instrument goes out of tune with rough handling, so too can our bodies and minds lose their resonance when bombarded with dissonant waves. The result is not merely stress, but a deep, systemic incoherence, an energetic noise that clouds our thoughts, disturbs our sleep, and dulls our intuitive faculties. This imbalance is not only physical, but ecological. Just as the vibrational disharmony within a single cell can lead to disease, so can vibrational imbalance in an ecosystem lead to collapse. Coral reefs bleach when stressed. Bee colonies vanish when disoriented by electromagnetic fields. Forests die back when soil frequencies are altered through mining or pollution. These are not merely symptoms of climate change. They are indicators of vibrational distress. The Earth, like any living organism, thrives in harmony. And when its resonance is disrupted, everything that depends on it begins to falter. But herein lies the opportunity. Just as we have the capacity to disturb, we also have the capacity to restore. Practices such as grounding, coherent sound environments, and even architectural choices can reintroduce harmonic frequencies into our lives. The future of ecological well-being may depend not only on reducing carbon emissions, but on restoring vibrational harmony between human civilization and the living field of the Earth. Chapter 4. Healing through Harmonics. Ancient sound traditions and the science of sonic medicine. Throughout history, across every culture and continent, humans have turned to sound not just for communication or entertainment, but for healing. Long before the advent of modern medicine, there existed an intuitive understanding that sound could alter states of consciousness, restore balance to the body, and connect individuals with forces greater than themselves. Tibetan singing bowls, Indian mantras, Aboriginal didgeridoos, Gregorian chants, and Native American drumming rituals are not relics of superstition, but evidence of a deep, experiential knowledge of resonance. These instruments and vocal techniques were tools of transformation, designed not simply to create sound, but to invoke harmonic states within the listener. In temples and medicine lodges, caves and cathedrals, the voice and the instrument merged with intention to create acoustic environments where healing was not just hoped for, it was engineered. Tibetan monks, for example, have chanted in harmonic overtones for centuries, producing multiple tones simultaneously that align with specific chakras or energy centers in the body. These frequencies were not arbitrarily chosen. They were refined through generations of practice, observation, and subtle energy work. Their effects were profound, entraining the mind into meditative states, stimulating cellular repair, and fostering emotional release. Modern researchers now confirm that these low-frequency overtones can influence parasympathetic nervous system activation, reduce cortisol levels, and initiate what is often referred to as the relaxation response, the body's natural state of repair and restoration. Similarly, the use of mantras in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, words or syllables repeated with focused intention, produce vibratory fields within the body that have measurable impacts on heart rate variability, oxygen consumption, and neural coherence. In these practices, vibration is not entertainment. It is medicine, delivered through rhythm and tone. Aboriginal healing ceremonies using the didgeridoo show yet another dimension of vibrational therapy: bone conduction and energetic clearing. The low, sustained drone of the didgeridoo travels through the physical body, bypassing the ears and resonating directly into the tissues and bones. This form of sonic transmission is not limited to hearing, but deeply somatic. It's why people often feel sound baths in their chest, gut, or limbs. The sound becomes internal, like a massage conducted through air rather than touch. What these traditions teach us is that healing is not merely a chemical or mechanical process, but a vibrational one. The body is not just a machine, but an orchestra of cells, fluids, and fields, each requiring its own tuning. To bring the body back into harmony is to remind it of its original blueprint, the fundamental frequency of well-being encoded within every atom. And through sound, we hold the ancient key to accessing this deeper rhythm. The resonant body, biofield tuning, and frequency therapy. The human body is more than flesh, bones, and biochemistry. It is an electromagnetic field, a resonant system whose health and vitality are governed by coherence across scales. Every cell emits a frequency, every organ hums with its own tone, and the entire body resonates like a multidimensional instrument. This understanding, once dismissed as metaphysical speculation, is now being validated through advances in bioelectromagnetics, energy medicine, and frequency-based diagnostics. Instruments such as sequid magnetometers and Kirlian photography have shown that the human body generates measurable fields that fluctuate with emotional state, physiological function, and mental intention. These fields are not epiphenomena. They are foundational, governing how cells communicate, how tissues repair, and how consciousness itself is embodied. One of the emerging practices within this domain is biofield tuning, a modality that uses tuning forks and sound frequencies to assess and harmonize the electromagnetic field around the body. Practitioners listen for dissonant areas in the energy field, often felt as resistance, static, or chaotic sound patterns, and apply coherent tones until the field comes into resonance. This isn't metaphor, it's physics. When two oscillating systems come into contact, the one with greater coherence can entrain the other. This is the essence of entrainment, and it is why tuning forks, crystal bowls, and vocal tones can have a regulating effect on the human system. The field carries memory, emotional imprints, traumas, unresolved tensions that can become static in the vibrational system. When exposed to consistent harmonious frequencies, the system reorganizes itself, releasing stagnation and reestablishing flow. In this sense, vibrational therapy is not about adding anything to the body. It's about reminding the system of its own capacity for order. Another cutting-edge approach is frequency-specific microcurrent FSM therapy, which delivers low-level electrical frequencies directly to the body to treat specific conditions. These frequencies are not arbitrary. They are carefully selected based on the tissues involved and the pathology being addressed. For example, certain frequencies are known to reduce inflammation, increase ATP production in cells, and promote nerve regeneration. What makes FSM especially compelling is its alignment with the principles of resonance. It works not by force, but by information. Just as a tuning fork doesn't push the other into vibration, but awakens its latent frequency, FSM introduces signal patterns that the body recognizes and responds to. It's a reminder that the body is not passive. It is intelligent, responsive, and vibrationally fluent. Healing, then, becomes a conversation between frequencies, a symphony of bioelectrical communication re-established through resonance. Brainwave entrainment and sonic states of consciousness. The brain is a vibrational organ, constantly generating waves of electrical activity that fluctuate across frequencies depending on our mental and emotional state. These brainwaves, ranging from the fast, focused gamma and beta states to the relaxed alpha, dreamy theta, and deep delta waves, are not simply byproducts of thought. They are foundational to how we perceive, learn, heal, and connect. When we are anxious, for instance, our brain may be locked into high beta frequencies, preventing access to the calm, restorative alpha or theta states. Sound, particularly rhythmic and frequency-specific sound, has the remarkable ability to shift these brainwave patterns in a process known as brainwave entrainment. Through technologies such as binaural beats, isochronic tones, and monaural rhythms, the brain can be gently guided into desired states, whether for sleep, creativity, focus, or deep meditation. Binaural beats, discovered in the 19th century and increasingly studied today, work by playing two slightly different frequencies into each ear. The brain perceives a third tone, the difference between the two, which it then begins to mimic in its own electrical activity. For example, a tone of 200 Hz in the left ear and 207 Hz in the right ear produces a 7 Hz beat, aligned with the theta brainwave state. As the brain locks onto this frequency, neural circuits shift and consciousness follows. People using binaural beats often report reduced anxiety, enhanced memory recall, emotional processing, and even spiritual insight. The experience can feel like being gently tuned from the inside out. It's not hypnosis or suggestion. It's vibrational entrainment, a natural synchronization that speaks directly to the brain's own language of frequency. Isochronic tones, by contrast, are single, rapidly pulsed tones that produce a more forceful entrainment effect. Because they don't require headphones or stereo channels, they can be used more broadly, blending into ambient soundscapes or meditative environments. What unites all these methods is the recognition that sound can alter consciousness in measurable, repeatable ways. The ancient use of gongs, rattles, and chanting to induce trance states was not mystical fancy. It was proto-neuroscience, and modern applications are finally catching up. Therapists use sound to access repressed memories. Artists use it to break creative blocks, and meditators use it to reach non-ordinary states of awareness. The body calms, the heart rate slows, and the mind opens, not through coercion, but through resonance. It is a return to harmony, an internal attunement to a deeper self. As we weave together these practices, ancient and modern, intuitive and technological, a profound realization emerges. Healing is not only about mending what is broken, but about returning to vibrational coherence. When the body is in tune, it knows how to heal. When the mind is entrained to stillness, clarity arises. And when the soul resonates with its source, transformation becomes inevitable. In sound, we rediscover a forgotten medicine, not administered in pills or syringes, but in tones, rhythms, and waves. We are vibrational beings, and to heal is to remember the frequency of who we truly are. Chapter 5: Consciousness and the Field of Vibration. Thoughts as frequencies. The vibrational mind. Consciousness has long been treated as a mystery too elusive for science, yet too profound for philosophy alone to contain. It is the backdrop of every experience, the light behind the eyes of every observer, and the unmeasurable force shaping our interpretations of reality. But increasingly, the boundaries between the scientific and spiritual understandings of consciousness are blurring, converging around a powerful idea. That thought itself is a frequency, a wave of information moving through fields not yet fully understood, but undeniably present. Just as a radio broadcasts an invisible signal translated into sound, the human mind emits frequencies, subtle yet real, that influence both the self and the environment in resonance-based ways. In electroencephalography, EEG, brainwaves are mapped into categories: delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, each corresponding to a different state of consciousness, from deep sleep to active cognition. But beyond categorization lies implication. If different mental states produce different frequencies, might they also affect matter, biology, and space? Scientific exploration into this question suggests the answer is yes. Experiments have demonstrated that thoughts can impact physical systems. Consider the influence of focused intention on random number generators, a cornerstone of studies in consciousness research conducted over decades at institutions like the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research (PER) Lab. When participants focused their attention or intentions on machines designed to generate unpredictable results, statistical anomalies occurred, deviations that implied mind was somehow entangling with matter. Moreover, in quantum physics, the observer effect posits that the act of observation can collapse probabilities into specific outcomes. While interpretations vary, the implications ripple across disciplines. Consciousness is not a passive witness of reality, but an active participant, perhaps even a creative force. In this paradigm, the mind is not simply a processor of sensory data, but a resonant field generator broadcasting frequencies into the larger energetic web of existence. When this frequency is chaotic, laden with fear, anger, or distraction, it interferes with harmony. When it is coherent, anchored in clarity, compassion, or presence, it aligns with the universal order. This understanding transforms how we perceive personal growth. Meditation, mindfulness, and intentional thought practices are not just calming techniques, they are vibrational recalibrations. Each time we enter a meditative state and align with deeper brainwave rhythms, we are not merely relaxing, we are tuning ourselves like an instrument, refining our internal resonance. In this refined state, our electromagnetic fields grow stronger and more coherent, creating patterns that affect not just our biology, but our interactions with others, our perceptions of time, and even the way reality responds. Consciousness, then, is vibration organized into awareness, and to master one's mind is to master frequency, and thus, reality itself. Heart-brain coherence, the bioenergetics of emotion. While the brain has long been hailed as the seat of consciousness, research increasingly points to another powerful conductor of vibrational intelligence, the human heart. Beyond its function as a mechanical pump, the heart is a complex sensory organ and energetic center with its own intrinsic nervous system, sometimes called the heart-brain, that communicates with the brain in a dynamic, two-way flow of information. The electromagnetic field produced by the heart is more powerful than that of any other organ, up to 60 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain's field. This energy radiates outward, forming a toroidal field that can be measured several feet outside the body, influencing and interacting with other fields in its proximity. But what is most remarkable is how this field responds to emotion. Coherent emotional states such as appreciation, love, and compassion produce smooth, ordered waveforms in the heart's rhythms, a state known as heart coherence, while emotions like frustration or anxiety result in erratic, disordered patterns. HeartMath Institute has pioneered much of the research in this area, showing that when heart and brain rhythms are synchronized or entrained, individuals experience heightened mental clarity, emotional stability, and intuitive insight. This state of heart-brain coherence represents an optimal vibrational state in which the body, mind, and emotions are in harmonic alignment. Moreover, this state is not isolated, it is social. Studies reveal that individuals in coherent states can influence those around them, altering the heart rhythms of nearby people through a form of bioenergetic entrainment. This suggests that resonance is not just a personal state, but a field effect, extending consciousness into the collective domain. When people gather with shared emotional intention, such as during group meditation, prayer, or even synchronized breathing, measurable changes occur in their collective biometrics. Their fields align, creating a kind of collective coherence that amplifies each individual's state. This has profound implications for how we understand emotional health, leadership, and even societal change. But coherence is not a static state. It must be cultivated. Practices like heart-focused breathing, gratitude journaling, and emotional attunement are not spiritual fluff. They are technologies of vibration, training tools for entraining the body's most powerful oscillator. In doing so, we not only optimize health and cognition, but begin to live from a state of resonance with our environment. Imagine a world where conflict resolution began with coherence, where diplomacy started from vibrational alignment. This is not a utopian fantasy. It is a biological possibility grounded in emerging science, and it invites a redefinition of power, not as domination or control, but as coherence, presence, and resonant influence. The zero-point field, a unified vibrational field. At the edge of physics lies a mystery that may bridge the gap between consciousness and matter, between mind and cosmos. The zero-point field, ZPF. In quantum field theory, the ZPF is described as the lowest possible energy state, a sea of quantum fluctuations that exists even in the vacuum of space. It is not empty. It teems with virtual particles, fleeting energies, and latent potential. This field is present everywhere, penetrating all matter, extending through all dimensions of space. Some scientists believe it may be the substrate from which everything arises, a vibrational lattice that underpins the structure of reality. But more than that, it may be the medium through which consciousness communicates across space and time, a unified field that connects all things in resonance. The ZPF challenges the Newtonian model of isolated objects moving through voids, offering instead a vision of interconnectedness, where nothing is separate and all things are entangled at the vibrational level. Researchers like Dr. Hal Pothoff and Dr. Claude Swanson have explored the possibility that the zero-point field may act as a kind of information matrix, a cosmic internet that stores and transmits energetic data. This aligns with the ancient metaphysical concept of the Akashic field, a universal record of all events, thoughts, and emotions ever experienced. From this perspective, intuition, remote viewing, and even collective consciousness phenomena may be the result of tapping into this field. The human nervous system, with its crystalline structures and bioelectric currents, may serve as a receiver and transmitter of this field, allowing access to non-local information. And just as a radio must be tuned to receive a signal, the human system must achieve a certain vibrational state to interface with the ZPF. Practices such as deep meditation, coherent breathing, and altered states of consciousness may allow temporary access to this vast energetic ocean. This changes everything. It means that healing, insight, and transformation are not limited to localized interventions, but can happen across time and space. Distance healing, telepathy, and spontaneous remission may be expressions of resonance within the zero-point field, where intention and coherence become more important than proximity. It also means that we are never truly alone. We are part of an interconnected vibrational web, participating in a collective song that transcends space. In this framework, consciousness is not produced by the brain, but accessed through it. Like a lens tuning into a larger frequency spectrum, the field becomes the medium, the mind the tuner, and reality the emergent song. To live with this awareness is to engage life vibrationally. It is to see every thought as a waveform, every emotion as a frequency, every relationship as a resonant exchange. It is to understand that what we cultivate inside, clarity, compassion, coherence, radiates outward, influencing not just our bodies and relationships, but the very field from which the future arises. And in doing so, we realize that consciousness is not a passive awareness, but a creative force, resonant, radiant, and real. Chapter 6. The Power of Intention and Frequency. Dr. Emoto's water experiments, the language of vibration. The idea that intention and frequency could influence matter, long regarded as a metaphysical notion, was given a significant scientific demonstration by Dr. Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking water experiments. Emoto, a Japanese researcher and author, explored the idea that water, being a substance with inherent properties of resonance, could respond to human emotions, thoughts, and words. His experiments involved exposing water to various vibrational stimuli, including music, spoken words, and even thoughts, and then freezing the water to observe the crystalline formations that formed as a result. What he discovered was nothing short of extraordinary. When water was exposed to positive, loving words such as thank you or love, the crystals formed intricate, beautiful patterns. But when the water was exposed to negative words such as I hate you or fear, the crystals appeared fragmented, chaotic, and distorted. These findings offered an undeniable visual representation of the profound effect that vibrational frequencies, consciousness in essence, can have on the physical world. Emoto's work was not simply a curiosity, it was a paradigm shift that invited humanity to reconsider its relationship with the environment and the unseen forces at play within it. Water, which makes up the majority of the human body, became a symbol of how intention and thought could directly impact the cellular level of existence. If thoughts and words can alter the structure of water, then it's reasonable to hypothesize that they could influence other materials, human biology, and even the energetic interactions that occur in social dynamics. The concept of water memory emerges from this framework, suggesting that water can retain the vibrational signature of the energies it has encountered, and that these vibrations might be passed on through generations, cultures, and even across time. Emoto's work also pointed to the idea that everything, from the water in our bodies to the very air we breathe, is in a constant state of energetic exchange, with our thoughts and emotions acting as both the conduits and the influencers of this exchange. This leads us to an inescapable truth. Every moment, every word, every thought we produce is not just an abstract idea. It is a vibrational message being sent into the vast, interconnected field of existence. Furthermore, Emoto's experiments raised crucial questions about the ethical use of language and intention in our daily lives. If we accept that our words and thoughts shape the energy fields around us, what responsibility do we bear for the vibrational impact we have on the world? This isn't merely a matter of kindness or civility, it's a matter of energetic coherence. When we speak words of kindness, when we align our thoughts with compassion and gratitude, we are not just creating a positive emotional atmosphere, we are actively reshaping the physical structures in our vicinity, from the water within our bodies to the people with whom we interact. This revelation challenges the conventional belief that words and emotions are intangible, asking us to consider the very real, tangible effects of vibrational energy on our material world. In this light, every moment becomes an opportunity for conscious creation, an invitation to influence the energy around us with every thought we hold and every word we speak. The vibrational impact of words and symbols. Resonance and meaning. Words are not just vehicles for conveying information, they are powerful carriers of vibration. Each word has a unique frequency, shaped by its meaning, its phonetic structure, and the emotional energy it carries. When we speak, we send out these frequencies into the world, where they interact with other vibrations, creating resonance or dissonance, harmony or conflict. This idea is not new, nor is it confined to modern scientific discovery. Ancient traditions have long understood the power of sound, word, and symbol. The concept of the word as a creative force is foundational in many spiritual and philosophical systems, including the ancient Hebrew tradition, where the very first lines of the Bible declare, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Similarly, in Hinduism, the concept of *Om represents the primordial sound, the vibration from which the entire universe emanates. These traditions understood that sound, particularly the spoken word, has the power to create reality, shaping the fabric of the universe itself. Modern scientific research supports these ancient insights, demonstrating how words and symbols can alter the vibrational states of matter. Linguist and author David Bohm, a leading figure in quantum mechanics, explored the idea that language shapes thought and perception, suggesting that the structures of language themselves are vibrational patterns that influence the way we experience the world. Bohm's work emphasizes that language is not merely a tool for communication, but a form of resonant interaction with the world around us. Words can uplift, heal, and transform, but they can also harm, divide, and limit. The frequencies emitted by words are not merely emotional. They are deeply embedded in the physical, energetic structure of reality. When we speak, we do not simply convey ideas. We project vibrational blueprints that shape the world in ways we are only beginning to understand. This recognition has profound implications for how we use language, both individually and collectively. If words are vibrations that influence our environment, we are faced with the responsibility to choose them with intention, with the awareness that they are not passive utterances, but active forces in the creation of reality. The use of symbols, too, plays a vital role in this energetic interplay. Symbols are not just visual representations of ideas. They are potent carriers of frequency, resonating with deeply ingrained meanings that transcend language and culture. Think of the symbols of ancient civilizations: the Ankh, the cross, the swastika, the spiral. Each of these symbols carries a distinct vibrational essence, linking the individual to cosmic energies and to history, to myth, and to deep collective consciousness. In the same way that words shape our thoughts and perceptions, symbols resonate with the unconscious mind, triggering emotional and energetic responses that can be harnessed for personal transformation or collective change. When we wear a symbol, recite a mantra, or engage with sacred art, we are interacting with the vibrational frequencies embedded within those symbols. These frequencies have the power to shift our internal states, influence our environments, and connect us to deeper layers of consciousness. This understanding invites a shift in how we approach personal and societal transformation. It suggests that the way we communicate, the symbols we adopt, and the words we speak are not trivial. They are powerful tools for shaping reality. In a world where language is often used to divide, to mislead, or to manipulate, reclaiming the power of words and symbols becomes an act of empowerment. By choosing words of peace, compassion, and truth, we contribute to the creation of a world aligned with higher frequencies. And in doing so, we tap into a deeper level of resonance, a vibration that can uplift not just our own lives, but the lives of those around us and the entire collective consciousness of humanity. Manifestation and the law of resonance. Intentional creation. Manifestation, the process of bringing desires or intentions into reality, is often misunderstood as a magical or mystical practice, disconnected from the laws of nature. However, when viewed through the lens of vibration and frequency, manifestation becomes a scientifically grounded process, governed by the law of resonance. According to this principle, everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency, and similar frequencies tend to resonate with each other, drawing themselves into alignment. Just as a tuning fork can cause another fork of the same pitch to vibrate in harmony, our thoughts and emotions can tune the energetic field around us to match the vibrational frequency of our desires. The key is coherence, aligning our internal state with the frequency of the outcome we wish to create. This alignment is achieved not through wishful thinking or passive dreaming, but through focused, deliberate intention, sustained emotion, and the belief that our desires are not only possible, but already within our reach. The process of manifestation involves more than just mental visualization. It requires emotional engagement and energetic investment that aligns the body, mind, and spirit with the desired frequency. As we direct our attention and energy toward a goal, we begin to change the vibrational signature of our own field. sending out waves of coherence that attract like frequencies from the universe. This is where the power of intention comes into play. Intention is not just a thought. It is a clear, focused directive that carries emotional weight and purpose. It is a force that ripples through the energetic fabric of the universe, like a stone thrown into a pond. The ripples expand outward, affecting everything in their path, creating the conditions for our desires to manifest. To manifest successfully, we must hold our intention with unwavering clarity, sustained emotional energy, and an openness to the signs and synchronicities that guide us toward our goal. This process is not limited to personal goals. It extends to the collective realm. Just as individuals can manifest their desires, so too can societies and communities manifest collective intentions. Movements like the Global Coherence Initiative, which seek to align the collective heart of humanity with frequencies of peace and harmony, are prime examples of how the law of resonance operates on a global scale. When enough individuals align their intentions and energies toward a common cause, the collective field becomes coherent, and the outcomes of that collective intention begin to manifest in the physical world. This principle of resonance is the key to understanding the transformative potential of collective action. Whether through individual or collective manifestation, the law of resonance teaches us that we are not passive observers of reality, but active participants in the co-creation of our world. By mastering the art of vibrational alignment, we become the creators of our own reality, shaping the world not through force or effort, but through resonance. Chapter 7. Resonance in Technology and the Future Emerging Tech. Using vibration, sonic levitation, energy healing devices, and more. As we move further into the 21st century, the convergence of vibration science and advanced technology is beginning to reshape industries and possibilities we once thought were relegated to the realm of science fiction. The application of vibrational principles is expanding beyond the boundaries of traditional physics and engineering, offering new methods of interaction with matter and energy. One of the most promising technologies emerging from the study of resonance is sonic levitation. Sonic levitation uses the principles of sound waves, specifically standing waves, to counteract gravity and levitate objects. By carefully controlling the frequency and amplitude of sound waves, scientists can generate a pressure in the air that allows objects, from droplets of liquid to small solid objects, to float in midair. This phenomenon, once only seen in theoretical discussions or science fiction movies, is rapidly becoming a reality, with potential applications ranging from medical procedures to space exploration. The practical applications of sonic levitation are already in early-stage testing, and the possibilities are boundless. Imagine a world where objects can be levitated and transported without the need for physical contact, where materials can be moved in midair with the precise manipulation of sound frequencies, opening up new frontiers in manufacturing, logistics, and even medicine. In the medical field, the potential for using vibrational fields to manipulate cells or molecules is particularly exciting. Already, research into ultrasound technology has shown how sound waves can be used to manipulate cells in the body, either for therapeutic purposes or to facilitate drug delivery at targeted sites within the body. This technology harnesses the power of sound to bypass the invasive nature of traditional medical interventions, offering a non-invasive alternative with far fewer risks. Beyond levitation, vibration is also playing a key role in the development of energy healing devices. These devices, which use resonant frequencies to balance the body's energetic field, are based on the principles of vibrational medicine, where it is believed that everything in the body, including organs and cells, operates at a specific frequency. When these frequencies are disrupted, whether due to stress, illness, or trauma, the body can experience dysfunction. By reintroducing specific resonant frequencies, energy healing devices aim to restore harmony and balance to the body's energetic system. this concept isn't just theoretical. Technologies such as biofeedback devices and frequency-based therapies are already helping individuals reduce stress, alleviate pain, and even recover from chronic illness by adjusting their vibrational state. The future holds the potential for even more refined and effective tools, allowing for personalized vibrational healing that could revolutionize medicine as we know it. This aligns with a growing shift toward holistic health solutions, where the physical, emotional, and energetic aspects of well-being are seen as interconnected and equally important in the healing process. Vibrational architecture and environmental design. The resonance of spaces is not a new concept. Ancient civilizations understood, perhaps intuitively, the importance of harmonizing the built environment with natural vibrational laws. Temples, cathedrals, and other sacred spaces were constructed not merely for their aesthetic or functional purposes, but to reflect a deep understanding of the relationship between sound, energy, and human consciousness. In many ancient cultures, such as those of Egypt, Greece, and India, sacred structures were designed using principles of sacred geometry, which ensured that their proportions and alignments resonated harmoniously with the natural world. These structures were often built with acoustics in mind, designed to amplify the voices of priests or oracles during rituals, allowing the sound to carry a sense of divine resonance throughout the space. The reverberations in these sacred environments were intended to elicit a profound energetic response from those who entered, facilitating spiritual connection and heightened states of awareness. Today, as we continue to explore the relationship between resonance and design, we are seeing a resurgence in vibrational architecture, an approach that seeks to incorporate the principles of sound and frequency into the spaces we live and work in. Modern architecture and urban planning are beginning to reflect this understanding, using resonance and frequency to enhance the well-being of occupants. Buildings, for example, are being designed to optimize the flow of energy through the spaces they house, with natural elements such as water features, plants, and specific architectural shapes that promote positive vibrational frequencies. This is seen in the rise of biophilic design, which integrates natural elements and aims to create environments that are conducive to human health and happiness. The role of sound in architectural design is also being given more attention, with the recognition that the acoustic properties of a space, whether it is too loud, too silent, or poorly reverberated, can significantly impact our emotional and psychological states. Furthermore, the integration of vibrational technology into architectural practices is helping us rethink the way we approach environmental sustainability. Buildings are no longer just shelters. They are becoming resonant systems designed to interact harmoniously with the natural world. Innovations such as resonant energy harvesting technologies, which capture ambient vibrations from the environment and convert them into usable energy, are beginning to reshape how we think about energy consumption and environmental impact. These systems work on the premise that everything in the environment, from the wind to the human footsteps on the ground, generates vibrational energy that can be harnessed and used to power systems or devices within a structure. This approach not only reduces dependence on traditional energy sources, but also aligns with the growing desire to create environments that are energetically harmonious with the world around them. In this way, vibrational architecture is laying the foundation for a new era of sustainable, energy-efficient living that honors the resonance of the Earth itself. Biofield technologies and wearables, the future of personal vibration. One of the most exciting frontiers in the study of resonance is the development of biofield technologies, which are designed to interact with the body's energetic field. The concept of the human biofield, also known as the aura or energy field, is rooted in ancient healing practices, but modern science is beginning to validate its existence through emerging technologies. The biofield is thought to be a subtle energy field that surrounds and permeates the body, influencing its physical, emotional, and spiritual states. While the mechanisms of the biofield remain a subject of research, a growing body of evidence suggests that the biofield plays a critical role in maintaining health and well-being. Researchers and engineers are now developing wearable devices that interact with this energy field to enhance physical and mental health. These devices use frequencies, electromagnetic fields, and light to influence the body's biofield, aiming to restore balance and promote healing. Such technologies have the potential to revolutionize personal health care, offering individuals the ability to take control of their energetic well-being in the same way they monitor their physical health with fitness trackers. Wearable biofield technologies are already being used in various applications, including stress reduction, pain management, and even sleep improvement. Devices such as frequency-based bracelets or home patches emit specific frequencies that correspond to different bodily systems, helping to regulate and synchronize the body's natural rhythms. For example, a device might emit a frequency that helps align the heart's rhythm, or one that promotes better cellular function. This growing field is giving rise to the concept of personal resonance, the idea that each individual has a unique energetic signature, and through resonant technologies, we can fine-tune our bodies to reach optimal states of health. In a world where the complexity of human biology and energy systems is becoming more apparent, these technologies offer a new way of understanding and managing the body as a resonant system. The future of biofield technology also extends beyond wearables, with the possibility of creating environments that support and nurture the biofield on a larger scale. In the coming decades, we may see entire buildings or communities designed with the explicit goal of supporting the energetic well-being of their inhabitants. These spaces would be designed not only to accommodate the body's physical needs, but to harmonize with its energetic field, promoting healing and enhancing overall health. Whether it is through the strategic use of resonant frequencies, electromagnetic fields, or light therapy, the integration of biofield technologies into the fabric of daily life is poised to redefine what it means to live in harmony with our energetic bodies. Chapter 8: Living a Resonant Life. Tuning your environment, sound, light, and energy hygiene. In the pursuit of living a resonant life, one of the most foundational principles is recognizing the influence that our immediate environment has on our personal vibration. The spaces we inhabit, whether at home, at work, or in social settings, are not neutral. They are dynamic ecosystems of energy, constantly interacting with the energies of those who occupy them. Just as the environment can be affected by the resonance of human presence, individuals, in turn, are deeply impacted by the vibrations of their surroundings. To live in resonance, it is imperative to become attuned to the subtle energetic signatures of the spaces we inhabit. Sound, light, and energy are three of the most influential factors shaping our resonance, and understanding how to calibrate these elements can dramatically enhance our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Sound is one of the most powerful tools we can use to recalibrate our environment. It is a universal language of vibration, and every sound we hear has an impact on the body, mind, and spirit. This is not just about what we choose to listen to. It's also about the ambient sounds that surround us. For instance, noise pollution, such as the constant hum of traffic or the buzz of electronics, can have a profound impact on our well-being. These low-frequency sounds, which often go unnoticed by the conscious mind, can increase stress, interfere with sleep, and even disrupt cognitive function. On the other hand, harmonious and healing sounds, such as the natural soundscape of birdsong, wind rustling through trees, or the gentle waves of the ocean, can soothe the mind and body, lowering cortisol levels and fostering a sense of peace and calm. Incorporating sound intentionally into our environments, whether through music, sound baths, or nature sounds, can create a space that is more conducive to resonance and well-being. Light, too, plays a pivotal role in shaping our energy and mood. The frequency of light influences not only our physical state, but also our emotional and spiritual equilibrium. Natural light, with its rich spectrum of frequencies, is essential for maintaining proper circadian rhythms, the internal clocks that regulate our sleep and wake cycles. Exposure to the full spectrum of sunlight helps to boost serotonin levels, enhancing mood and overall vitality. However, artificial light, particularly from fluorescent bulbs or digital screens, can create an imbalance in our energy, often leading to feelings of irritability, fatigue, and even depression. It's important to be mindful of the light in our environments, ensuring that it supports our natural rhythms. In addition to the spectrum of light, the quality of light, whether it is harsh, soft, or flickering, also affects our sense of safety and tranquility. Soft, warm light creates an inviting, grounded atmosphere, while bright, harsh light can induce stress and tension. To live resonantly, we must choose our environments to reflect light that nurtures our vitality. Finally, energy hygiene. The practice of clearing and balancing the energetic field within our living spaces is a crucial element of resonant living. Just as physical spaces can accumulate dirt and clutter, they can also accumulate negative or stagnant energy. This can happen through a variety of means, such as stressful events, unresolved emotions, or even the presence of individuals with disruptive energy. Regularly clearing the space of stagnant energy not only makes it physically clean, but also energetically healthy. There are many methods for clearing the energy in a space, from the use of sage or Palo Santo smoke, to the strategic placement of crystals, to the practice of sound cleansing, using singing bowls or chimes. Additionally, certain plants and natural elements are believed to have the ability to absorb negative energy and transform it into positive vibration. Just as we clean the surfaces of our homes, it is equally important to cleanse the energetic atmosphere, ensuring that the space remains in harmony with the natural frequencies of life. Practicing energy hygiene regularly can keep our environments in a state of balance, allowing us to maintain a higher vibrational frequency. Daily practices to stay in resonance. Living a resonant life requires an ongoing commitment to practices that cultivate alignment with our inner and outer frequencies. Just as musicians tune their instruments before a performance to ensure they are in harmony, we too must engage in daily practices to tune our bodies, minds, and spirits to the natural rhythms of the universe. Resonance is not a static state. It is a dynamic process that requires regular attention and calibration. Through simple, intentional actions, we can raise and sustain our personal vibration, ensuring that we remain in harmony with the world around us. These practices can be tailored to individual preferences and lifestyles, but share a common thread. They help to connect us to the deeper vibrational essence of life. One of the most effective ways to stay in resonance is through meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for aligning the mind and body with the natural frequencies of the universe. It allows us to quiet the mental chatter and reconnect with the stillness that exists beneath the surface of our thoughts. By focusing on the breath, repeating a mantra, or visualizing a resonant frequency, we can raise our vibrational state, shifting from the lower frequencies of stress and anxiety to the higher frequencies of peace and clarity. Meditation also helps us to become more attuned to the subtle vibrations of our bodies and the environment, cultivating a deep sense of presence and awareness. This practice is especially effective when combined with sound, such as through the use of binaural beats or singing bowls, which can facilitate brainwave entrainment and induce states of deep relaxation and healing. Movement is another vital practice for maintaining resonance. The body is inherently energetic, and physical movement helps to circulate the energy throughout the body, ensuring that it remains free-flowing and balanced. Practices such as yoga, tai chi, or qigong are particularly effective for maintaining vibrational harmony as they integrate breath, movement, and intention. These ancient disciplines were designed to align the body with the energy of the earth, fostering a sense of connection to the greater universal flow. Through intentional movement, we can release stored emotions and tension, bringing the body back into a state of energetic balance. Regular movement also helps to strengthen the energy field, protecting it from external disruptions and ensuring that it remains vibrant and resilient. Breathing exercises are another foundational practice for staying in resonance. The breath is the most immediate and powerful tool we have for regulating our energetic state. Conscious breathing, especially slow, deep, diaphragmatic breathing, can help to calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and increase the flow of vital energy throughout the body. Certain breathwork practices, such as pranayama or holotropic breathing, can be used to activate different energy centers within the body, stimulating specific chakras or meridians. These practices allow us to access deeper layers of our energetic system, facilitating healing and energetic alignment. By making conscious breathing a part of our daily routine, we can ensure that our personal vibration remains steady, high, and in resonance with our intentions. Building relationships. Through vibrational empathy. Our connections with others are one of the most profound ways in which resonance plays out in our lives. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and the energetic exchange that occurs between individuals can have a significant impact on our own vibrational state. Just as we can tune into the resonance of our environment, we can also tune into the resonance of those around us, building relationships through vibrational empathy. The ability to sense and respond to the energy of others can help us create deeper, more meaningful connections. When we are attuned to the vibrational states of others, we become more compassionate, understanding, and present, fostering a sense of harmony and cooperation. One of the most important aspects of vibrational empathy is recognizing the energy patterns in others. This goes beyond the words they speak or the actions they take. It involves becoming sensitive to the unspoken energetic currents that flow between individuals. When we are attuned to another person's vibration, we can sense their emotional state, their level of stress or peace, and their overall energy field. This allows us to respond in ways that are supportive and nurturing, helping to elevate their vibration and maintain a harmonious relationship. Conversely, if we are not in tune with the other person's energy, we may inadvertently contribute to discord or disharmony. Cultivating vibrational empathy requires developing an awareness of the energy exchanges that occur in our relationships and making a conscious effort to align ourselves with the highest, most harmonious frequencies. The concept of resonant communication is also closely tied to vibrational empathy. When we communicate with others, we are not just exchanging words, we are exchanging energy. Our tone, body language, and emotional state all carry vibrational frequencies that influence how our message is received. By becoming aware of the energetic content of our communication, we can ensure that our words and actions are aligned with the intention to create connection and understanding. This requires being mindful of our own vibrational state before we interact with others, ensuring that we are centered and in a state of resonance. It also involves being open to the energetic cues of others, allowing us to respond with empathy and authenticity. To live a truly resonant life, it is essential to cultivate relationships that nurture both our personal vibration and the vibrations of those around us. This can be achieved by being present, compassionate, and energetically attuned to the needs and states of others. When we connect through vibrational empathy, we create a supportive, healing network of energy that enhances the well-being of everyone involved. As we cultivate deeper, more resonant relationships, we contribute to the collective vibrational harmony of the world around us, helping to build a society that is grounded in love, understanding, and energetic alignment. Chapter 9. Sacred Sound Across Cultures, Indigenous Understandings of Sound and Vibration. The relationship between sound and spiritual practice is not just a modern fascination. It is deeply woven into the fabric of ancient traditions that have long understood the profound effects of sound on the mind, body, and spirit. Across cultures and continents, indigenous peoples have utilized sound in a sacred, intentional way, recognizing its power to connect with both the seen and unseen realms. In many of these cultures, sound is considered not only a tool of communication, but also a conduit to the divine, a bridge between the material world and higher planes of existence. Whether it be the deep, resonant drumming of African tribes, the haunting melodies of Native American flutes, or the rhythmic chants of the indigenous peoples of the Pacific Islands, these cultures have long understood that sound can transcend the physical and act as a direct link to spiritual realms. These practices are grounded in the knowledge that everything in the universe vibrates, and by aligning one's own frequency with that of the earth and the cosmos, one can achieve harmony and balance. The concept of sacred sound in indigenous cultures is rooted in a deep understanding of the natural world. For many indigenous peoples, sound is not a passive experience, but an active participant in the creation and maintenance of life itself. In the Amazon, for example, shamans use chants known as icaros to facilitate healing, calling upon the spirits of plants, animals, and ancestors to restore balance to the physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. These icaros are not simply songs, they are vibrational tools designed to align the energy of the individual with the natural forces that govern the world. Similarly, in Australia, Aboriginal peoples have long used the didgeridoo, an ancient wind instrument, to create deep, resonant frequencies that mimic the sounds of the earth itself. The didgeridoo is considered a sacred instrument, capable of invoking the spirit of the land and facilitating spiritual journeys. Through the use of these sacred sounds, indigenous cultures have developed a profound understanding of the healing power of vibration, one that aligns human beings with the rhythms of the universe. Central to the use of sound in indigenous spiritual practices is the concept of ritual, a structured, intentional use of sound to create sacred space and facilitate transformation. Whether through drumming, chanting, or the use of sacred instruments, sound is utilized to mark important life events, facilitate spiritual journeys, and maintain connection with the ancestors and the divine. These rituals are not just performances, they are deeply transformative experiences, designed to alter the vibrational state of the participants and the environment itself. When done properly, these rituals allow individuals to align themselves with the sacred, to transcend the mundane, and to enter into a state of heightened awareness. Sound, in this sense, becomes a means of attuning the individual to a higher frequency, a frequency that is in harmony with the earth, the cosmos, and the divine. Sacred chants and rituals, Om, kirtan, throat singing, drumming. Among the most revered forms of sacred sound in spiritual traditions around the world are chants, which carry with them a deep, resonant power to influence consciousness and bring about spiritual awakening. One of the most universally recognized sacred sounds is the syllable Om, which is considered by many to be the primordial sound, the vibration from which the universe emanates. Om is revered in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, and its chanting is believed to connect the practitioner with the fundamental vibrational frequency of the universe. The sound of Om is thought to represent the union of the individual soul, Atman, with the divine consciousness, Brahman. In meditative practices, the repetition of Om acts as a form of vibrational alignment, helping to quiet the mind, center the body, and open the practitioner to higher states of awareness. The resonance of Om is not merely auditory. It is felt physically throughout the body, vibrating at the cellular level and facilitating deep healing and energetic alignment. Another deeply impactful form of sacred chant is kirtan, a devotional practice in the bhakti tradition of Hinduism. Kirtan involves the call and response chanting of sacred mantras, often accompanied by the music of instruments such as harmoniums, tablas, and cymbals. This practice has been used for centuries as a means of elevating consciousness and fostering a deep connection with the divine. Kirtan is particularly powerful because it involves the community. The group energy amplifies the vibrational impact of the chanting, creating a collective resonance that is greater than the sum of its parts. The communal aspect of Kirtan allows individuals to experience a sense of unity, not just with each other, but with the divine presence that pervades all of creation. Through the repetition of sacred words and sounds, Kirtan transforms the environment, creating a resonant field of energy that supports spiritual growth and healing. Throat singing, practiced by the indigenous peoples of Mongolia, Tuva, and Siberia, is another example of the sacred use of sound to connect with the spiritual world. Throat singing involves producing multiple pitches simultaneously, creating a rich harmonic resonance that is said to mirror the natural world and the spiritual realms. The deep, resonant tones of throat singing are believed to call upon the spirits of nature, invoking their protection, wisdom, and guidance. In these traditions, the voice is not just a tool for communication, it is a sacred instrument, capable of accessing higher planes of existence and facilitating spiritual transformation. The practice of throat singing is often used in shamanic rituals, where the singer enters into a trance-like state, guided by the vibrations of their own voice. This practice allows the singer to transcend the physical realm and enter into direct communion with the spirits, facilitating healing, divination, and spiritual journeying. Similarly, drumming has long been used as a form of sacred sound across cultures. In African traditions, drumming is used in both ritualistic and celebratory contexts, calling upon the ancestors and invoking divine energy. The drum is seen as a living entity, its sound imbued with power and spirit. In many Native American traditions, drumming is central to spiritual practices, particularly in ceremonies meant to honor the earth and the Great Spirit. The repetitive rhythm of the drum creates a trance-like state, allowing participants to enter into an altered state of consciousness, where they can access spiritual guidance and connect with the sacred. The drumbeat serves as a vessel for the vibrations of the universe, guiding the participants through a journey of self-discovery and healing. Just as with chanting, drumming creates a resonance that extends beyond the auditory, affecting the energy field of the individual and the group. Universal patterns in sound-based spiritual practices. Across diverse cultures, there exists a universal recognition of the power of sound to shape consciousness and connect individuals to the divine. Despite the cultural differences in the specific practices and sounds used, there is a common thread that runs through many of the world's spiritual traditions: the understanding that sound is not just a form of communication, but a force capable of transforming the physical, emotional, and spiritual states of those who partake in it. This recognition of the transformative power of sound speaks to a deeper universal truth about the nature of reality itself, that everything in existence is in a constant state of vibration, and that by aligning ourselves with specific frequencies, we can affect change within ourselves and the world around us. One of the most compelling examples of universal patterns in sound-based spiritual practices is the use of specific frequencies or intervals that appear in many different cultures. For instance, the interval of the perfect fifth, a harmonic relationship between two notes that are 5 tones apart, is considered sacred in many musical traditions. This interval is believed to resonate with the natural order of the universe and is often used in spiritual and healing music. In Western classical music, the perfect fifth forms the foundation of harmony, while in Indian classical music, it is considered one of the most important intervals, essential to the creation of ragas, musical compositions that are believed to evoke specific emotional and spiritual states. In African drumming traditions, the rhythms and patterns that emerge from the interplay of drums also follow harmonic principles that create resonance, not just in the body, but in the spirit. Another universal pattern in sacred sound practices is the use of repetition. Whether through the chanting of mantras, the steady beat of a drum, or the continuous flow of a melodic line, the act of repetition in sound serves to induce a trance-like state, allowing the practitioner to enter into a deeper state of consciousness. In many traditions, this repetition is used as a tool to focus the mind, to quiet the mental chatter, and to open the individual to higher states of awareness. The repetitive nature of sacred sound allows the listener to attune their energy to the vibrational frequency of the sound, creating an energetic resonance that aligns the individual with the divine. This repetition is not simply a mechanical act. It is a form of devotion, an offering of the self to the divine, and a recognition that sound, when used with intention, has the power to effect profound transformation. Finally, the use of sacred sound is often tied to the concept of ritual time. The notion that specific moments in time are more conducive to spiritual work. Many indigenous cultures recognize the cyclical nature of time, aligning their sacred sound practices with the rhythms of nature, such as the phases of the moon, the changing seasons, or the time of day. This alignment with natural cycles ensures that the sound produced during rituals is in harmony with the broader cosmic forces at play. By attuning to these cycles, practitioners are able to tap into the greater flow of the universe, amplifying the power of their spiritual work and ensuring that their actions are in alignment with the natural world. Chapter 10: Vibrations in Architecture and Sacred Geometry. Resonant architecture in ancient temples and cathedrals. The intimate connection between architecture, sacred space, and vibration is an ancient and profound one, deeply embedded in the design principles of some of the world's most iconic and revered structures. From the awe-inspiring cathedrals of Europe to the sacred temples of the Far East, the architects and builders of these monuments did not merely aim to create functional spaces. They sought to channel and amplify divine energy through the meticulous design of every element. Architecture, in these cases, becomes an expression of the understanding that form, space, and vibration are intrinsically connected, each influencing the other in a continuous flow. In ancient Greece, the design of the Parthenon was based not only on aesthetic considerations, but on the belief that the proportions of the building itself would resonate with cosmic harmony. Similarly, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, which have long fascinated scholars, were built with precise mathematical relationships, aligned to cardinal directions, and oriented towards specific astronomical phenomena. These structures were not merely meant to house the sacred or perform ritualistic functions, but were designed to create an energetic resonance that would align the Earth's frequencies with the cosmos, facilitating divine communication and spiritual transcendence. In the cathedrals of medieval Europe, particularly those in the Gothic style, architects employed a unique understanding of acoustics and geometry to craft sacred spaces that would enhance spiritual experiences through sound. The soaring arches, the high ceilings, and the stained glass windows were not merely ornamental. They were designed to amplify the voice of the divine. The design of the cathedral itself created a resonant space where sound would reverberate in specific ways, creating an ethereal quality to the liturgical music and the voices of the clergy. The harmony of the space, from the proportions of the nave to the placement of the altar, was meant to enhance the vibrational energy of the entire structure, ensuring that all who entered the cathedral would feel themselves lifted into a higher frequency. The vaulted ceilings, for example, acted as natural amplifiers, enhancing the resonance of chants and hymns, creating an atmosphere in which the vibrations of the human voice would merge with the frequencies of the cosmos. The sound itself in these spaces became not just an auditory experience, but a spiritual one, designed to elevate those within to a higher state of consciousness. even the placement of these sacred structures was often intentional. Many ancient temples and cathedrals were located at sites of natural power, often near ley lines or geological features known to have strong energetic properties. These locations were believed to be imbued with a unique vibrational frequency, one that could enhance the spiritual experience of those who gathered within. By building their sacred spaces on these sites, the architects and builders were aligning the vibrations of the structure with the natural energy of the earth, creating a space where the resonance of the environment could amplify the spiritual experience. This understanding of the relationship between sacred architecture, vibration, and cosmic alignment is found across cultures and time periods, from the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of India to the great cathedrals of Europe. In each case, the architects understood that the geometry and acoustics of the space would play a crucial role in facilitating a connection between the material world and the divine. Sacred geometry as a blueprint of vibrational harmony. At the heart of many ancient architectural traditions lies the concept of sacred geometry, the study of the geometric patterns and ratios that govern the natural world and the universe. Sacred geometry is based on the belief that specific geometric shapes, proportions, and ratios resonate with divine energy and can be used to create structures that are in harmony with the natural frequencies of the earth and the cosmos. The most famous example of sacred geometry is the flower of life, a geometric figure composed of multiple evenly spaced, overlapping circles. This pattern is found in cultures around the world, from the ancient Egyptians to the Chinese, and is believed to represent the fundamental structure of the universe. In architectural design, these geometric patterns are often used to create spaces that are aligned with the natural frequencies of the earth, amplifying the vibrational energy of the space and enhancing the spiritual experience of those within. One of the most powerful examples of sacred geometry in architecture is the use of the golden ratio, also known as the divine proportion, which is a mathematical ratio found in nature, art, and architecture. The golden ratio is a spiral-shaped pattern that can be observed in everything from the branching of trees to the formation of galaxies. In architecture, the golden ratio is used to create aesthetically pleasing and harmonious spaces, as the proportions of the building resonate with the natural frequency of the universe. The Parthenon in Athens, the pyramids of Egypt, and many Gothic cathedrals are all designed using the golden ratio, ensuring that the spaces they contain are in alignment with the natural order of the universe. The belief is that when these spaces are created in harmony with the golden ratio, they will not only be beautiful to behold, but will also create a vibrational field that enhances spiritual connection and healing. In addition to the golden ratio, many sacred structures incorporate other geometric principles, such as the Vesica Piscis and the Metatron's cube, which are considered to hold powerful energetic properties. The Vesica Piscis, for example, is formed by the intersection of two circles and is said to represent the union of the material and spiritual worlds. This shape is often used in the design of doors, windows, and arches in sacred architecture, symbolizing the passage from the physical realm to the divine. Similarly, Metatron's cube is a complex geometric figure that represents the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. It is often used in the design of sacred spaces to create a vibrational resonance that aligns the energy of the structure with the greater cosmic order. Through the careful use of sacred geometry, architects and builders have long understood that the form of a space is just as important as the function, and that the vibrational properties of the structure can have a profound impact on the consciousness of those who enter. Acoustic engineering in historical and modern structures. In addition to the visual and geometric aspects of sacred architecture, another crucial element in the design of sacred spaces is the consideration of acoustics, the science of sound, and its behavior within a given space. In many ancient cultures, sound was not seen as a mere byproduct of the environment, but as an essential component of the sacred experience. Architects and builders of ancient temples, churches, and other spiritual structures understood that the way sound moved and resonated within a space could have a profound impact on the spiritual experience of those within. In some cases, sound was deliberately engineered to enhance the vibrational energy of the space, amplifying the effect of prayer, ritual, and meditation. One of the most well-known examples of acoustic engineering in sacred architecture is the use of the Whispering Gallery in St. Paul's Cathedral in London. This architectural feature, which allows a person to speak softly at one point in the circular gallery and be heard clearly at another point far across the room, demonstrates the careful manipulation of sound to create a powerful experience. The acoustics of the space are such that even the faintest whisper can be amplified and carried across great distances, creating an ethereal effect that enhances the sense of awe and reverence within the cathedral. Similarly, the acoustics of the great mosques of the Islamic world, such as the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, were designed to amplify the call to prayer and the voices of the worshippers, creating a sonic environment that aligns the congregation with the divine. In modern architecture, the principles of acoustic engineering continue to play a vital role in the creation of spiritual spaces. Many contemporary religious buildings, concert halls, and meditation centers are designed with acoustics in mind, using advanced materials and techniques to create environments that support spiritual practice and enhance the vibrational energy of the space. The use of reflective surfaces, sound-absorbing materials, and careful attention to the shape of the space all contribute to the creation of an acoustic environment that promotes spiritual alignment and connection. Whether in ancient temples or modern spiritual centers, the manipulation of sound and space is a key element in creating structures that resonate with the divine. Chapter 11: Emotional Resonance and Human Connection. Empathy as energetic resonance. The experience of empathy is often described as the ability to feel and understand the emotions of others. But when examined through the lens of resonance, empathy takes on a much deeper and more profound significance. Empathy can be seen not just as an emotional response, but as a vibrational alignment with another person's energetic field. Human beings, like all living organisms, are not isolated entities. Rather, we are constantly interacting with and influenced by the vibrational frequencies of those around us. This interaction goes beyond mere words or physical touch. It occurs on an energetic level, where our emotions and thoughts are expressed as frequencies that can be sensed by others. When we feel empathy, we are tuning ourselves to the frequency of another's emotional state, aligning our own energetic field with theirs. This resonance can create a deep sense of connection, one that transcends verbal communication and touches the heart of human experience. The power of this resonance is evident in our everyday lives. Consider a moment when you've been in a crowded room and, without any spoken words, you could feel the mood of the group, whether it was one of excitement, sadness, or tension. This experience is not just a passive observation. Rather, it is an active, vibrational exchange. Our bodies, particularly our heart and brain, are highly sensitive to the energetic signals of others. Studies have shown that when we are in close proximity to someone who is experiencing intense emotion, our own physiological responses, such as heart rate, breathing patterns, and even brainwave activity, can synchronize with theirs. This phenomenon, known as entrainment, reflects the power of emotional resonance. Our hearts and minds naturally align with the emotional vibrations around us, whether consciously or unconsciously. In moments of deep empathy, this alignment can feel almost magical, as though we are sharing the emotional experience of another person, deeply understanding their joys or sorrows as if they were our own. The energetic connection that forms between two people in such moments is not just a byproduct of social bonding. It is a fundamental aspect of our shared human experience. Furthermore, this energetic resonance is not limited to emotional states. it can extend to physical sensations as well. The field of neurocardiology has revealed that our hearts emit a powerful electromagnetic field that can influence the hearts and minds of those around us. In the same way that our emotions can synchronize with others, our physical health and well-being can also be felt by those in close proximity. A person who is calm, centered, and healthy will radiate a vibrational frequency that can have a positive impact on others, promoting feelings of peace and stability. On the other hand, a person who is anxious, fearful, or unwell may unconsciously project a lower vibrational frequency that can create a sense of discomfort or unease in those around them. The implications of this understanding are profound, as it suggests that we are not only connected to others emotionally, but also energetically, with our health, emotions, and thoughts influencing the vibrational field of those we encounter. As we become more aware of these energetic exchanges, we can learn to cultivate a sense of emotional coherence and alignment, not only for our own well-being, but for the well-being of those around us. Nonverbal communication and vibrational signals. While words are often the primary mode of communication, the vast majority of human interaction occurs on a nonverbal level, through gestures, body language, and subtle, energetic cues. This nonverbal communication is profoundly connected to the vibrational frequencies we emit and receive. Studies have shown that the majority of communication between people is not conveyed through spoken language, but rather through nonverbal signals, including facial expressions, body posture, eye contact, and tone of voice. These signals carry a wealth of information about our emotional state, intentions, and state of being, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper, more intuitive level. But even beyond these overt physical cues, there are energetic signals, vibrational frequencies, that communicate our feelings and intentions, often without our conscious awareness. When we engage in conversation or interaction with another person, our energetic fields are constantly exchanging information. These exchanges occur through subtle cues that go beyond the visible and audible. Our energetic fields are influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and intentions, and these frequencies can be detected by those around us, even when no words are spoken. Research in the field of energy medicine and biofield science has demonstrated that the human body emits electromagnetic fields that can interact with the energy fields of other people, creating a kind of vibrational feedback loop between individuals. This feedback loop can lead to a sense of emotional resonance, where one person's emotional state begins to align with the others. For example, if one person is feeling anxious or fearful, their energetic field may emit a lower frequency, which can then influence the other person's energetic field, potentially creating a sense of unease or discomfort. Conversely, if one person is feeling calm, centered, and joyful, their energy can have a positive effect on the other person, promoting feelings of harmony and peace. This nonverbal energetic communication is an essential part of human connection, often shaping the dynamics of relationships in ways that are not immediately visible, but deeply felt. The power of nonverbal communication and vibrational signals is particularly evident in close relationships, such as those between partners, family members, or close friends. In these relationships, individuals are often able to sense the emotional state of the other person without any explicit verbal cues. This sensitivity to each other's emotional energy creates a strong bond, allowing individuals to support and understand each other in ways that transcend language. This phenomenon is especially pronounced in intimate relationships, where emotional and energetic resonance can create a deep sense of connection and mutual understanding. However, it's important to recognize that this resonance is not always positive. Just as we can attune ourselves to others' positive emotions, we can also become influenced by negative energetic states. Therefore, cultivating awareness of our own vibrational frequency and that of others is crucial to maintaining healthy, and harmonious relationships. By learning to recognize and manage the vibrational signals we emit, we can enhance our ability to communicate effectively and authentically, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Tuning into others, mirror neurons and heart rate synchronicity. One of the most fascinating discoveries in the field of neuroscience is the concept of mirror neurons, which are brain cells that fire both when an individual performs an action and when they observe the same action being performed by another. This phenomenon has profound implications for our understanding of human connection, empathy, and emotional resonance. Mirror neurons suggest that we are biologically wired to resonate with the actions, emotions, and intentions of others, enabling us to connect with them on a deep, subconscious level. When we observe someone in distress, our mirror neurons fire in a way that makes us feel their pain, while observing someone in joy can evoke similar feelings of happiness within us. This neural mirroring allows us to experience a kind of emotional resonance with others, as if we are attuning ourselves to their vibrational frequency. In addition to mirror neurons, another important aspect of human connection is the phenomenon of heart rate synchronization. Research has shown that when people are in close proximity to each other, their heart rates can synchronize, particularly in emotionally charged situations. This synchronization of heart rhythms is thought to occur as a result of the energetic resonance between individuals, as their hearts align with one another's frequencies. This phenomenon is especially pronounced in intimate relationships, such as between parents and children or romantic partners, where a deep emotional bond allows for a strong vibrational connection. In moments of emotional resonance, such as during shared joy, sadness, or empathy, our heart rhythms can become entrained with those of another person, creating a sense of unity and emotional harmony. This heart rate synchronization reflects the profound impact that emotional resonance has on our physical and energetic bodies, as our hearts and minds align with those around us. In addition to the physical synchronization of heart rates, this connection extends to the synchronization of brainwaves. Research has demonstrated that when two individuals are in a deeply connected, empathetic state, their brainwave patterns can synchronize as well. This phenomenon, known as neural coupling, occurs when the brainwaves of two people become aligned, reflecting a shared emotional or cognitive state. Neural coupling plays a significant role in the way we communicate nonverbally, as it enables us to attune ourselves to the mental and emotional states of others. This synchronization of brainwaves and heart rhythms not only strengthens our emotional bonds, but also enhances our ability to communicate intuitively, understanding each other on a level that goes beyond words. By tuning into these subtle energetic cues, we can deepen our connection with others, fostering a sense of unity and resonance that enhances both our individual well-being and our collective harmony. Chapter 12: Vibration and the Digital Age. Digital soundscapes and their impact on our vibration. In the age of digital technology, the vibrational landscape of our lives has shifted dramatically. We are now surrounded by a constant hum of digital sounds, beeps, pings, and the ever-present buzz of notifications from our devices. These sounds, though often small and seemingly inconsequential, have a powerful impact on our overall vibrational frequency. The digital world creates an environment where the frequencies of sound, light, and information are constantly being transmitted, received, and processed by our bodies and minds. This constant bombardment of sensory input is not without consequence. It alters our vibrational state in profound ways. At a basic level, our nervous systems are designed to process sound waves, which are vibrations that travel through the air. When we hear a sound, our eardrums pick up the vibrations, and this information is transmitted to our brains, where it is processed and interpreted. However, the digital world introduces a new dimension to this process. Unlike natural sounds, which often occur in harmonic patterns that are easy for our systems to process, digital sounds tend to be sharp, fragmented, and erratic. These sounds can create a sense of dissonance within our bodies, leading to stress and disorientation. The frequency of these digital signals often falls outside the natural harmonic range of the human body, creating a dissonant relationship between our internal resonant systems and the external world. This dissonance can manifest as anxiety, restlessness, and an overall sense of imbalance. The rise of social media and constant connectivity further complicates this vibrational landscape. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter deliver a continuous stream of information, visual, auditory, and emotional, directly into our minds. Each notification is a sound that interrupts our present state, pulling us out of the moment and into the virtual world. These digital interactions not only flood our sensory systems with waves of sound and light, but also engage us emotionally as we react to the information presented to us. The constant flow of digital information has been shown to increase cortisol levels in the body, signaling a state of stress. The vibrational impact of this digital noise extends beyond just the physiological. It infiltrates our emotional and psychological states as well. As we interact with digital content, we are exposed to a variety of frequencies that shape our emotions, thoughts, and perceptions. The curated nature of social media, where we are constantly comparing ourselves to others, can lead to a sense of inadequacy, jealousy, and loneliness, all of which resonate at a lower vibrational frequency. The overconsumption of digital content, particularly negative or sensationalized media, can create a feeling of disconnection from ourselves and others. These constant fluctuations in emotional frequency, induced by digital interactions, contribute to an overall sense of imbalance and detachment from our natural resonant state. Moreover, the advent of digital soundscapes has introduced the phenomenon of sonic branding, where companies and organizations create specific sounds to represent their brand or product. These sounds are often designed to evoke a particular emotional response or association in the listener. For example, the sound of a notification or the jingle of a brand can trigger a sense of familiarity, excitement, or urgency. These sonic cues are meticulously crafted to elicit a specific vibrational response from the listener, subtly influencing their emotional state and behavior. This type of sound manipulation is a powerful tool in shaping consumer behavior, but it also highlights the deeper connection between sound and emotion. By manipulating the vibrational frequencies we are exposed to, marketers, advertisers, and tech companies are shaping our emotional landscape and, by extension, our resonant states. As we become more aware of the vibrational impact of these digital soundscapes, we can begin to take control of our own frequencies, consciously choosing which sounds and experiences we allow into our lives and which we choose to avoid. Social media, frequency, and attention. The rise of social media has brought with it an unprecedented level of connectivity, but this connectivity comes at a cost. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok have become the primary means through which we communicate, share, and consume information. While these platforms have revolutionized how we connect with one another, they have also introduced a new dimension to the vibrational dynamics of human interaction. Social media operates on the principle of constant engagement, where users are encouraged to interact with content on a continuous basis. The constant stream of notifications, updates, and messages creates a perpetual state of arousal in the body, activating the sympathetic nervous system and triggering the release of stress hormones like cortisol. This heightened state of alertness is an unnatural state for the human body, which was designed to experience periods of rest and recovery. The constant bombardment of digital stimuli leads to an overstimulation of the nervous system, leaving us feeling anxious, distracted, and mentally fatigued. This overstimulation is a direct result of the frequencies we are exposed to in the digital world. The fast-paced, high-frequency nature of social media, with its constant influx of information and emotional triggers, creates a dissonance within our bodies, disrupting our natural rhythms and contributing to a sense of imbalance. In addition to the physiological impact of social media, there is a psychological and emotional component to the vibrational impact of these platforms. Social media operates on a model of constant comparison, where users are encouraged to measure their self-worth based on the likes, comments, and followers they receive. This creates a feedback loop of validation and self-doubt, as we constantly seek external approval to validate our internal sense of self-worth. The emotional resonance of this constant comparison creates a low vibrational state as we begin to internalize the judgments and perceptions of others. The emotional highs of receiving validation from social media can be fleeting, leaving us feeling empty and disconnected once the initial excitement fades. The constant need for validation and the emotional roller coaster of social media can lead to a sense of disconnection from our true selves as we become increasingly dependent on external approval to define our self-worth. This reliance on external validation creates a dissonance between our internal resonant state and the external vibrational frequencies we are exposed to. The result is a sense of emotional instability, where our sense of self fluctuates depending on the approval or rejection we receive from others. The impact of social media on our attention spans is another critical aspect of the digital age. In the age of constant connectivity, we have become accustomed to consuming information in short, fragmented bursts. Social media platforms are designed to capture our attention and keep us engaged, with algorithms that prioritize content that is designed to be highly engaging and emotionally stimulating. The rapid pace of information consumption creates a fragmented, distracted state of mind, where we are unable to focus on any one thing for an extended period of time. This constant switching of attention between different sources of information, whether it's checking notifications, scrolling through feeds, or watching videos, leaves us feeling mentally scattered and disconnected. This fragmented attention state not only impacts our ability to focus and concentrate, but also affects our vibrational frequency. Our brains, which are highly attuned to the frequencies of external stimuli, become overstimulated by the constant stream of digital content, leading to a sense of mental fatigue and dissonance. The constant switching of focus and the overstimulation of the nervous system create a vibrational imbalance, which can lead to feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and a sense of being disconnected from the present moment. Sonic branding and audio manipulation. In the modern digital age, sound has become a powerful tool for shaping consumer behavior, and this has given rise to the phenomenon of sonic branding. Sonic branding refers to the strategic use of sound to create a specific emotional association with a brand, product, or service. Companies and organizations have recognized the power of sound to influence consumer perceptions and emotions, and they are increasingly using audio cues to create a deeper connection with their audience. The use of sound in advertising, jingles, and product design is not a new concept, but the rise of digital technology has given brands unprecedented access to the ability to manipulate sound on a mass scale. Whether it's the familiar jingle of a popular soda brand, the sound of a smartphone notification, or the signature sound of a company's logo, these audio cues are carefully crafted to elicit a specific emotional response from the listener. The vibrational impact of these sounds can be subtle but powerful, influencing our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors on a subconscious level. The use of sound in marketing and branding is grounded in the understanding that sound has a direct impact on our emotional state. Different frequencies, pitches, and rhythms can evoke a range of emotions, from excitement and joy to anxiety and fear. By carefully crafting sonic elements that resonate with their target audience, brands can create a strong emotional bond with consumers. For example, the use of high-pitched, upbeat music in advertising is designed to evoke feelings of happiness and excitement, while slower, more ambient music can create a sense of calm and relaxation. The manipulation of sound is not limited to traditional advertising, but extends to the digital realm as well. The rise of sonic logos or audio identities is a growing trend in which companies create unique, recognizable sounds that serve as a signature for their brand. These sonic logos are used in advertisements, websites, and social media platforms, creating an auditory association between the brand and the emotional response it seeks to elicit. The vibrational resonance of these sounds can have a lasting impact on our perceptions of a brand, influencing our purchasing decisions and emotional attachments. In addition to the use of sound for branding purposes, there is a growing concern about the ethical implications of audio manipulation in the digital age. With the increasing use of sound to influence consumer behavior, there is a risk that companies may exploit the emotional power of sound to manipulate individuals in ways that are not in their best interests. As we become more aware of the vibrational impact of sound, we must consider the ethical implications of its use in marketing and advertising. The manipulation of sound and vibration is a powerful tool, but it must be used responsibly. The growing awareness of the vibrational impact of sound has the potential to empower consumers, allowing them to make more informed decisions about the media and content they engage with. By becoming more attuned to the frequencies we are exposed to, we can take greater control of our vibrational state and protect ourselves from the negative influences of digital soundscapes. Chapter 13. Vibrations Beyond the Senses. Subtle Energies, Chakras, Meridians, and the Aura. In the ancient traditions of the East, the concept of subtle energies has been an integral part of understanding the human body. These energies, which cannot be seen with the naked eye, play a significant role in the vibrational systems that govern our health, emotions, and consciousness. The chakras, meridians, and the aura are key components of this energetic anatomy, each representing distinct aspects of the body's vibrational field. The term chakra comes from the Sanskrit word meaning wheel, referring to spinning energy centers that correspond to different areas of the body and consciousness. These centers, 7 in total, align with the spine and the endocrine glands, and each chakra is associated with specific frequencies and emotional states. The first chakra, the root, is linked to our sense of safety and survival, vibrating at a lower frequency, while the crown chakra at the top of the head is associated with higher spiritual awareness and enlightenment, resonating at a much higher frequency. Each chakra has its own unique vibrational signature, and when they are in balance, they allow the free flow of energy throughout the body. However, when one or more chakras are blocked or imbalanced, it can lead to physical, emotional, or spiritual disharmony. These imbalances can be reflected in our health, relationships, and overall sense of well-being, highlighting the profound influence of subtle energies on our lives. Understanding and tuning into the vibrational frequencies of the chakras allows us to restore harmony and alignment within ourselves, ensuring that our energetic systems are functioning at their highest potential. Alongside the chakras, the concept of meridians plays a crucial role in Eastern medicine, particularly in practices like acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. Meridians are energetic pathways that run throughout the body, carrying the life force energy known as qi or chai. This energy circulates in a continuous flow, connecting the different parts of the body and ensuring that energy is distributed evenly across the system. Just as the chakras correspond to specific emotional and physical states, meridians are associated with the health of the internal organs and bodily functions. Blockages or disruptions in the flow of energy through the meridians can lead to illness, pain, and imbalance, much like the disturbances that occur when the chakras are misaligned. The practice of acupuncture aims to restore balance by stimulating specific points along these meridians, allowing the free flow of energy and promoting healing within the body. Meridians are a direct reflection of the body's internal vibrational state, and by nurturing their balance, we can enhance our overall health and vitality. The aura, another subtle energetic field, is often described as an invisible energy body that surrounds and penetrates the physical body. It extends outward, surrounding us in a protective cocoon of light and color. The aura is believed to reflect our emotional, mental, and spiritual state, with different colors and patterns indicating various aspects of our energetic health. Each layer of the aura corresponds to different levels of consciousness and experience, from the physical body to the highest spiritual vibrations. The aura can be perceived by those with heightened sensitivity, and it is said that practitioners of energy healing can detect disruptions or imbalances in the aura that reflect emotional or physical disharmony. The state of our aura is a direct reflection of our vibrational state. When we are feeling peaceful, centered, and aligned, our aura glows brightly and vibrates at a high frequency. Conversely, when we are stressed, anxious, or emotionally unbalanced, our aura may appear dim, fragmented, or cloudy, indicating a low vibrational state. Cultivating practices such as meditation, breathwork, and energy healing can help to strengthen and protect the aura, ensuring that we maintain a strong and harmonious vibrational field. Clairaudience, intuition, and energetic sensitivity. As we delve deeper into the subtler realms of vibration, it becomes clear that humans possess an innate ability to sense and interpret energies beyond the physical senses. This heightened sensitivity allows individuals to perceive vibrations that are imperceptible to the majority of people. Clairaudience, or clear hearing, is one such ability where individuals can hear sounds or messages that are not audible to others. This could manifest as hearing a subtle ringing in the ears, which some believe is the sound of energetic frequencies or messages from the spiritual realm. Those with clairaudient abilities often describe receiving intuitive insights or guidance through this inner hearing, sensing energies or vibrations that others cannot perceive. This heightened auditory perception is a form of energetic sensitivity that connects individuals to the vibrational frequencies of the universe. It is believed that by developing the ability to tune into these subtle frequencies, we can gain deeper insight into the nature of reality, receiving guidance from higher realms or from our own inner wisdom. Similarly, intuition, which is often described as the gut feeling or inner knowing, is another way in which we perceive energetic information. Intuition arises when our subconscious mind picks up on subtle vibrations and processes them without our conscious awareness. These intuitive impressions are often transmitted through emotions, bodily sensations, or sudden insights, guiding us in our decision-making and interactions with the world. Intuition is an essential tool for navigating the vibrational landscape of life, allowing us to align with higher frequencies and avoid dissonance that may arise from external influences. As we develop our sensitivity to these subtle energies, we become more attuned to the vibrational patterns that govern our reality, allowing us to make choices that resonate with our highest potential. Energetic sensitivity, or the ability to feel and interpret the energy of people, places, and situations, is another aspect of our vibrational awareness. Some individuals are naturally more attuned to the energies around them, able to sense shifts in mood, atmosphere, or emotional states of others. This sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge, as highly sensitive individuals may become overwhelmed by the vibrations they pick up from the environment. In the modern world, where we are constantly exposed to a range of energetic frequencies, whether from other people, technology, or our surroundings, energetic sensitivity can lead to burnout, fatigue, or emotional overload. However, when harnessed consciously, energetic sensitivity can be an incredible tool for personal growth and healing. By learning to distinguish between our own energy and the energy of others, we can maintain a sense of vibrational sovereignty, ensuring that we are not unduly influenced by external forces. Practices such as grounding, energy protection, and mindfulness can help to manage this sensitivity, allowing us to navigate the energetic world with grace and clarity. Vibrational imprinting in space and objects. Just as human beings are composed of energy and vibration, so too are the spaces and objects that surround us. Everything in the universe, whether animate or inanimate, emits a unique vibrational frequency. This includes the spaces we inhabit, the objects we use, and the places we visit. Vibrational imprinting refers to the way in which energy is left behind in a space or object, much like an energetic memory of past events, emotions, or interactions. Our homes, workplaces, and other environments are constantly absorbing and storing the energetic imprints of the people and experiences that have occurred within them. These imprints can be positive, neutral, or negative, depending on the emotional energy associated with the experiences. For example, a home that has been filled with love, joy, and harmony will resonate with a higher vibrational frequency, creating a peaceful and nurturing atmosphere. Conversely, a space that has been the site of conflict, stress, or trauma may hold on to negative energetic imprints, creating a dense or heavy energy that can affect those who enter. Similarly, objects that we own or interact with carry the vibrational imprint of their origins and previous interactions. Items such as clothing, furniture, and personal belongings absorb the energy of their surroundings and the people who have touched them. This is why certain places or objects may feel off or unsettling when we first encounter them, as their vibrations may not be in alignment with our own. Conversely, we may feel an instant sense of peace or connection when we enter a space or handle an object that resonates with our personal vibrational frequency. Understanding the concept of vibrational imprinting allows us to approach our environments and possessions with greater awareness. By clearing or cleansing spaces and objects of negative energy, we can restore balance and create an atmosphere that supports our well-being. Techniques such as smudging with sage, using sound healing instruments, or employing crystals are all effective ways to cleanse and recalibrate the vibrational frequency of a space. Additionally, creating a conscious intention for the energy we bring into our environments can help to maintain a harmonious vibration. When we bring positive energy into our spaces, whether through love, gratitude, or mindfulness, we contribute to the creation of a vibrational field that supports healing, growth, and peace. Similarly, the objects we choose to keep in our lives should be aligned with our personal values and intentions. By surrounding ourselves with items that resonate with our highest vibrational frequency, we can cultivate an environment that nourishes our mind, body, and spirit. Chapter 14. The Resonance Revolution. A Call to Vibrational Awakening. Throughout history, humankind has slowly but steadily developed an understanding of the invisible forces that govern our reality. And resonance, the concept of vibration and frequency, has emerged as one of the most profound of these forces. We have learned that everything, from the smallest atom to the vastest galaxy, is in constant motion, radiating at frequencies that influence and connect all of existence. However, this awareness is still in its infancy. While many people are beginning to explore the possibilities of resonance, a broader awakening is needed, a collective shift in consciousness that understands the importance of our vibrational state in shaping our lives, societies, and the planet. The resonance revolution is not just about intellectual understanding, but a deeply felt, visceral realization that we are part of a dynamic, vibrational ecosystem. It is a call for humanity to embrace the profound interconnectedness of all things, recognizing that our individual frequencies impact the world around us, and that through intentional alignment with positive frequencies, we have the power to heal not only ourselves, but the planet itself. This awakening is not simply an abstract or theoretical ideal. It is a movement rooted in the very fabric of our reality, one that seeks to make the invisible visible and bring a greater harmony to the world. Each thought, emotion, and action we generate carries a frequency that ripples outward into the collective consciousness, creating waves of energy that influence everything in their path. By understanding and mastering these frequencies, we can elevate ourselves and contribute to the global resonance of peace, health, and unity. The resonance revolution, then, is not about a single breakthrough or discovery. It is about the gradual shift in perception, a profound recognition of the vibrational nature of life itself. It is about knowing that our thoughts, words, and actions create ripples in the energetic fabric of the universe. As we begin to tune into these frequencies, we unlock the power to shape our experiences and manifest a reality that aligns with our highest potential. The revolution is already underway, as more and more people are turning to practices like meditation, sound healing, energy work, and conscious living to harmonize with the natural rhythms of the universe. We are witnessing a global shift in consciousness, one in which individuals and communities are waking up to the fact that everything we do, think, and feel affects the vibrational field that surrounds us. This awakening is not limited to individuals. There are entire movements, organizations, and initiatives dedicated to creating a world where the understanding of resonance is integrated into all aspects of life. Education, healthcare, architecture, technology, and social systems are all beginning to evolve as we recognize the profound role that vibration plays in shaping every facet of our existence. This chapter explores how we can participate in this awakening, how we can consciously choose to elevate our vibrational state, and how our individual efforts can contribute to the collective healing of the planet. Shifting paradigms through resonance. Education. One of the most crucial aspects of the resonance revolution is the need for widespread resonance education. Just as traditional educational systems have taught us about the laws of physics, mathematics, and biology, a new form of education is needed, one that embraces the vibrational nature of reality and integrates these principles into every subject, from science to philosophy, from art to medicine. Resonance education is not about merely imparting knowledge. It is about awakening students to the energetic dimensions of their lives and providing them with the tools to navigate these realms with consciousness and intention. In this new paradigm, we move away from rigid, mechanistic views of reality and toward an understanding that everything is interconnected, that the entire universe is alive with frequencies that shape our experiences. Students would learn about the energetic properties of sound, light, and vibration, gaining insight into how these forces influence the body, mind, and environment. Through this education, we can begin to see the world not as a collection of separate, disconnected entities, but as an intricate web of vibrational frequencies in constant interaction. This shift in perspective would open up new avenues for personal growth, healing, and collective progress. It would empower individuals to take responsibility for their vibrational states and recognize that they have the ability to create positive change not only within themselves, but in the world at large. In practical terms, resonance education could take many forms. In schools, students could be taught about the energy centers within their bodies, how to harness their breath for energetic alignment, and the importance of mindfulness in maintaining a balanced frequency. In universities, researchers could delve into the study of vibrational medicine, sound therapy, and quantum physics, exploring how resonance affects biological systems and consciousness itself. Even in the workplace, companies could integrate principles of vibrational awareness into their organizational structures, fostering an environment where employees are encouraged to maintain high-frequency states of being, leading to greater creativity, productivity, and overall well-being. On a global scale, initiatives could be launched to educate people about the importance of protecting the Earth's vibrational health, encouraging sustainable practices that align with the planet's natural frequencies. By fostering a collective understanding of resonance and its impact on all aspects of life, we can shift the prevailing paradigms that have dominated human thinking for centuries. The goal is to create a society in which resonance education is not just an elective or a niche interest, but an integral part of the curriculum at every level of learning. In this way, we can equip future generations with the knowledge and wisdom to live in harmony with the vibrational nature of the world around them, ensuring that they contribute to a global resonance of peace, healing, and unity. Movements and communities aligned with frequency consciousness. As the resonance revolution unfolds, we are seeing the rise of movements and communities that are dedicated to living in alignment with the principles of vibration and frequency. These groups are bringing together individuals who are passionate about creating positive change, not just within themselves, but in the world around them. They understand that the key to transforming society lies in shifting the collective vibrational state, and they are working tirelessly to make this shift a reality. These movements take many forms, from grassroots organizations focused on environmental sustainability to spiritual communities dedicated to exploring the energetic dimensions of life. What unites them all is a shared commitment to living consciously, to making choices that are in harmony with the natural rhythms of the earth and the universe. By embracing resonance consciousness, these groups are fostering environments in which individuals can thrive, supporting one another in their journeys of personal and collective transformation. One of the most powerful aspects of these movements is the way they encourage collaboration and unity. Resonance is fundamentally about connection, and these communities embody the idea that when we align our individual frequencies with those of others, we create a powerful force for good in the world. Whether it's through meditation circles, sound healing workshops, or environmental activism, these groups are coming together to amplify their collective vibration, creating a ripple effect that spreads out into the wider world. By pooling their energy and resources, they are able to create significant change, whether it's through community-based projects, global initiatives, or small-scale acts of kindness and service. In these communities, members understand that they are not isolated beings, but interconnected parts of a larger energetic web. As they align their frequencies with one another, they begin to realize the true power of collective consciousness and the profound impact it can have on the world. This sense of unity and interconnectedness is at the heart of the resonance revolution, as it underscores the importance of collaboration over competition and harmony over division. The rise of movements and communities aligned with frequency consciousness is also a response to the challenges facing the world today. From climate change to social inequality, from health crises to political polarization, the need for a collective shift in consciousness has never been more urgent. These communities recognize that the answers to these challenges lie not in force or manipulation, but in resonance, in the conscious cultivation of high-frequency states that foster healing, growth, and cooperation. As more people come together to form these aligned communities, the frequency of the collective consciousness will continue to rise, creating a world that is more compassionate, sustainable, and peaceful. The resonance revolution is not just a personal transformation. It is a global movement, one that calls for each of us to take responsibility for the frequencies we contribute to the collective field. By working together, we can create a world that resonates with the highest vibrations of love, peace, and unity.